Yeah. Oh,
Right.
You have one major storyline going that's better than everything else. So you're like,
so
Alright, that's cool.
that's why I enjoyed that Raw, because there was that one storyline going on with the 6 tag teams going back and forth with each other to get a shot at Randy Orton. And Randy Orton is a massive human being. He
All right, we're back
is
live.
big. So I was like, yo, yeah. But I had a blast, bro.
Man, he's the smallest big guy.
He wish he was as tall as me though. I'll tell you that shit.
5'5".
absolutely.
Sure, calm down. I mean,
No.
calm down. Save some for the rest of us, bro. Calm down. Come on, man. We know you got it.
Hey, we back live?
Yeah, we
Oh.
back live. Show.
Well,
Back up.
Oh, it's fucking up
So,
shit.
Cap, continue talking like nothing happened. Fuck that.
All right, so just, if anybody missed what happened, Cap is agreeing with me.
Bullshit.
So
No.
We had to stop the show to verify.
word.
Our opinions on this are just as different as me and his skin color and eye tone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, mine's and yours.
Yeah, because Tags is clearly, I mean, Cap is clearly the one with the nice eyes.
Mm-hmm.
We could all wish that we had nice eyes like that.
Word.
Yeah. Those
Come
are
on,
nice
guys.
eyes.
Let's not piss off Toe again. He's gonna press the M button. Clear.
He's gonna cancel us like he did 20
fuck
seconds
that.
ago.
Just gonna see a table flip. Just
Tired of this
Shut
shit.
up. What the fuck is going on here? Who touched my shit?
you touch my drum set.
Oh shit! I actually know where that's from. Wow, that's why. it's so
Why is this fucking? Why is this doing this?
Captain
I don't
America.
know.
I know that reference.
Fuck it. We're gonna have to do it live. We're gonna have to hold up.
We'll do it live then.
Technical difficulty.
Listen, go to your brother's room and stream from over there. Fuck
No,
it.
I'm trying to record this shit off Audacity, and the fucking shit turned into a goddamn science project. I don't know what the fuck happened. Show.
What you do? Using
You
an
had the
Android?
audacity to fucking think you know science?
Who touched my shit? Why does this look like this, son? Why does this look like this? This is the
It was my
problem.
fault.
Why does this look like this, son? No, it's supposed to be bars that I can record, and I don't know who touched this shit.
Fuck it, we just-
Who fucking touched this shit?
My flock.
All right, fucking show. Next time I see you, show, I swear to God, show.
What I do?
I don't fucking know, but you're pissing me off. Look.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna have fuck it. We'll just use the recording off of this shit. I'm tired of this shit.
Yeah,
All right,
okay.
go ahead.
Yeah, just
All right.
just hit that
Back-
live.
There you go. Back to what we talking about. Cap, you was agreeing with me.
So no, first off, no. Secondly, what the hell's wrong with Show's face?
Yo, what you did to my shit? I was fucking with you. Go ahead.
So I have no idea when it cut off. So
You were
I was
about to
gonna-
talk about that scene, the specific scene that you were gonna
Yeah.
refer to later on.
all right, so in the original Justice League, or the Justice League as some people call it, there's a scene where they woke up Superman. He starts fucking up the Flash, Wonder Woman, and Cyborg, and I think Aquaman. And then Batman is like, yo, Alfred, we need the big guns. And Lois Lane comes in. So that scene simultaneously makes no sense
Word.
and perfect sense. And the reason that is it'll make perfect sense that you have Superman confused, going berserk. He thinks he's getting attacked by people he really doesn't know. What would calm him down? Anybody in their right mind would go, yo, he's with
Martha.
Lois,
His mother.
bringing Lois to calm him down.
Oh, my fault. You said
Mhm.
Lois, right? I thought you
Yeah.
meant his mom. Sorry.
Well, no, Martha comes in later on in another scene that makes no sense. But
Okay.
so you would bring in Lois. That makes perfect sense to calm him down. It's a face that he should remember. Even if he doesn't, he's gonna know that face is a calming influence on him, and he's gonna calm down. What doesn't make sense is for Batman to have pre-planned, going, "Hey, bring in the big gun," and it's Lois Lane. Like the wording of it is a little off, and makes Lois look like way more than she should. Wait, that scene should have literally just been Batman going, "Hey, we can't calm him down. Alfred, you need to go get Lois. It's the only person who can do it." If they would have said it like that, that scene would have been perfect. In the director's cut, in the Snyder cut, Lois happened to already be there.
Yeah.
She went to go visit the statue as she always does, and just so happened to be there. So that scene made a little more sense. But I think that's where little scenes like that, and the fact that for a split second it did look like she was about to take the kryptonite javelin and throw it in the heart of Doomsday. Little things like that, is where I think Totex is getting on his soapbox for. But like I said, I don't agree that she's toxic. It's the nature. It's the nature of shit.
So yeah, that's
I'll
what I was
give a
gonna
perfect
say.
example here, and Toe Tag is probably gonna run again into my room and punch me in the back of the head for this one.
Yep. Yep.
Kotak's not here right now. He
We
too
grew up
Fuck you, show.
with a mom born and raised in the South
On the
Bronx,
playgrounds.
Yeah.
fucking tough as nails, and she would stand toe to toe with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But she also coincidentally had my uncle, her brother, growing up, who was right behind her if need be. Then when she got married, she had my dad, who was right behind her if need be. Then later on in life, me and Toe Tags, right behind her when she need be. So the assumption that she's only doing what she does because she has us behind her, I can see how people can make that. But that's who she was. And the fact that we were behind her just gave her a slight bit more freedom. But nothing that was considerable. Where Lois, as we mentioned, she's already a reporter. She's already tenacious. She's already like a story hound. All that is already within her. And the fact that now she's with Superman might give off the appearance that she only does shit because she's got him behind her. But I think it's that slightly, she has that confidence because of him. But she would have been doing this regardless.
She's a gangster. Regardless.
She is. So I 100% agree, and you said a good point. I was trying to say that, like, you know, how I said it's just the nature of how it's written. You put it better. And the thing is, yeah, that's the way I see it. That Superman, like, that's his character. Like, Superman needs that character. However, and just trying to bounce back between what we're saying and what Tags is saying, I think that's Tag's thing. He's like, why is it that I gotta bring in Lois to help this guy? I think that's what he's trying to say. I think that's where he's at with the toxic nature of everything. He's like, bro, like, this is Superman. He shouldn't have to be driven by this female. I think that's what he's trying to say, or am I wrong in assuming that? My man trying to put things together. My fault, bro.
Man. Nah.
While he's doing that, I'll answer a little bit. Again, like we brought up, it's in the writing. Superman is a character in which they have to give the dumbest weaknesses to.
He got to be human, yeah.
Because they write him too strong.
Yeah.
So a sliver of a green rock.
Yeah.
You know, he's got the red sun. The red kryptonite does some other shit to him. He can get electrocuted. He's weak against magic. Like, they got to give him something for adversity. So if you can't stop this man, you got to give him somebody that they can go after in order to have him have some sort of something that he's got to do. You know, some sort of adversity, some sort of drama.
So
Otherwise,
she's
you
is
just
Achilles' heel in a sense.
say again.
And she kind of his Achilles' heel?
On purpose, yes, because they write him so big, he needs one.
Mm-hmm.
Where Batman doesn't need an Achilles heel. He's already human.
He's already crazy.
Yeah. Iron Man doesn't need an Achilles heel and Pepper Potts because he's an alcoholic, fucking whatever.
And rich.
Cap doesn't need one because he's already got he's a man at a time. Like all these other heroes, even Spider-Man, Mary Jane is similar to that. And I believe Lay has probably going to bring up this point later on, but Spider-Man has that for almost a similar reason. Is you need something to bring the drama in with this hero, especially with Superman, when you write him so ridiculously OP that you write yourself into a corner with shit.
It's funny because Spider-Man always picks the hood over his girl.
Yeah,
He'll pick the hood over Aunt May if he has to.
Yep.
That's the crazy thing about Spider-Man is always making some really rough decisions, kid. Like it's sad. But go ahead, Led. We haven't heard your take most of the time on this.
First and foremost, the whole thing with Lois, to me, it's always been both I get it and annoying.
Yeah.
And it's both the way they write it, the way they portray it on TV, and then the way some people just take the liberty of making Lois either a complete badass or the biggest damsel in distress. So at one point, she could be extremely helpful or extremely toxic. You know what I mean? I've never seen her in the middle, the things that I've read. And like I said, I'm not a massive Superman fan because one, I've never related to a guy that can throw a building into a sun. I can't do that. It's not a thing I can do. Can relate, you know? And two, it's like, it's always her. He has a mother. How come his mom can't calm him down? It's the woman that raised him. The woman raised this man to be who he is. She can't calm him down. No, it has to be Lois.
It's funny. So I don't mean to cut you off, but I before I forget, it's funny how you word it because it's like I get it, but it's kind of annoying. Is that not like love in general? Like I get it.
It's funny. In a nutshell, it really is. In a nutshell, it is. I completely agree with you, brother.
But you get it though. Like
100%. Oh no, like I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I get both. I get why they do it.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make it any less annoying.
I hear you.
That's what I'm saying. I understand a lot of things about comics, ridiculous they are, but that makes it really, really fucking annoying. Like, yo, you know who? Get Lois. I was like, yo, what about his mom? She's still alive. I'm pretty sure he's gonna look at his mom's face and goes, I remember your face way faster than Lois's face.
I hope so.
I would hope.
I'm just saying. Like, think about it. I'm like, oh, it's my mom. My bad. I was about to snap your neck and I realized it really looked at you. Lois, I would be like, yo, I'm figuring that you should at least grab her neck and be like, oh, it's you. My bad.
My
mom, I wouldn't even get that close.
Word, I was gonna say that every movie, every person that goes crazy, they usually get the wife.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I'll be like, yo, why don't you just? I'm pretty sure she's down to get here because it's her son.
I think that's Tags' point though. I think this is what he's trying to say. Is like, bro, I think he also understands it. I think we all get it, but it is a little annoying too. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and then you know what I'm saying, and then you know bring up the Spider-Man thing. We had said it before, but unfortunately, you know, thanks to the show or somebody, we went off. I'm blaming the show anyway.
No.
So, now the reason
it is
Kat said that Mary Jane was really toxic because in order to prove that Peter Parker was Spider-Man in one comic, didn't happen all the time, she threw herself off a building to be saved. Why the fuck was that your move?
Some real Puerto Rican energy right there, son.
Bro,
I said it.
You're jumping off a fucking building to prove this dude is. So you're forcing him to save you to prove a point. That is mental, bro.
So if that would have been some Dominican guy trying to play it off to get some buns, you're dead. Unless the real Spider-Man goes, it comes out of nowhere like, you got the wrong guy, lady.
He's gonna be on some, definitely not me. It's definitely not me up there. But that's what I'm saying is like, you see is one, sometimes it's a simple thing and the other one's the extreme. Like I said, I get both, but I find both still highly irritating. Do I understand them? Absolutely. I understand for Superman, he needs that, and Spider-Man even too. You know what I'm saying? Even though Spider-Man can never pay rent on time and his phone is always cut off. You know what I'm saying? But to make these characters relatable, understand. But I still can't, that storyline I can't fuck with.
Spider-Man's trying his best.
That too, yeah. I can't fuck with that storyline. You know what I mean? Like I try, and I've read certain comics. I'm like, yo, they're good, and other ones, and I'm like, he's not interested. I don't care. I don't care because it's her, him, and then it's always her and him. Nobody else can ever relax him down. It's annoying.
It's tough to find that balance.
Yeah,
especially in action movies. It's because even in like a romantic comedy or something like that, it's easy to find the balance between funny and love because you know love can be funny, of course. Like you know, you want that kind of fun love with somebody where I could just bullshit around and talk shit and laugh. But it's really difficult to balance it in an action movie because nothing about action says love and nothing about love says action unless it's the action that you're showing somebody, which is totally different. So it is hard to pull off that balance. But again, and I think this is just going to be a back and forth type of argument where it's going to be hard to come to a consensus because Cap also does make a point. This is like the point of Superman is to be this overpowered being and just to have these small real life things, you know, be kind of a crutch, not a crutch or like an Achilles heel or something like that. But it might just be overdone. Like, damn, Lois, can you just stay in the house this weekend? I'm really tired, and I still gotta go save a bunch of motherfuckers from some kind of alien invasion. I don't even know who the aliens are, but somebody's coming. Do you mind just like kicking it in the crib and just, you know, maybe turning on the Xbox right fast? Like, yo, it's free XP weekend on Warzone, bro. Get the numbers up. Get the numbers up, lady. Just stay home. I get both points. It's a really good question, Tags, because
absolutely,
it's a really good question because yeah, man, yeah, I mean she's toxic, but you know it's the Man of Steel. The only things that could bring him down is a toxic rock and a toxic chick. You know what I'm saying?
I got a question for you guys.
Oh man,
I did some studying. Which y'all not gonna believe me, but
I believe you.
Isn't it true that in the comics, every time she actually finds out or is about to find out that he's Superman, he kisses her and erases her brain?
That was in the movies, wasn't it?
So that's an old trope. Like right now, they pretty much he's Superman all the time around her, and Clark Kent to everybody else.
Okay.
Flacca makes a good point, and again, that's what I think Cap and myself has been raising. He's like, he's Superman. He can deal with it all. And it's true. That's the thing. He is Superman. He is a Superman in where nothing can stop him, even
being annoyed.
Even I mean, you know, who hasn't been in love and then, you know, homegirl could just be kind of annoying or, you know, you could and we're just as equally annoying to girls.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure she's thinking like, hey, you know, you be freaking fighting crime all day. Can you come over here? Can we go watch Cats? Like, can we go shopping for a second? You know, we got to think about it like that. It's even like, when's the last time Clark Kent pulled up to Lois like, yo, it's going to be a whole weekend of just us. Like, I'm going to rent a hotel in downtown Metropolis and we're going to go watch a play and we're going to dress up and eat $700 steaks. You know, when's the last time he did that? You know what I mean?
And Bruce is paying for it.
Yeah.
Come on,
it's
Bruce.
hard for him to do that because he is the fastest man alive in bed.
Well, I mean, he could slow it. Well, okay.
Hold on.
No,
Before we get it,
Even more reasoning by himself.
before,
Flash?
No, the Flash is the fastest man alive running.
But wouldn't be the fastest man in line humping as well.
You don't think he'll do like
I'm assuming everything he does is fast.
He needs his legs.
but he could speed up time so much that it actually slows it.
I mean,
so hold on. Here's the thing, though. Here's the question that we have to answer in order to prove whether we're right or wrong. Is Superman Clark Kent or is he Superman? Now, here's the thing, though, because his whole life he grew up as Clark Kent, right? And he went to the Daily Bugle and he was interested in Lois Lane as Clark Kent, and then he became Superman. So he's been living his whole life as Clark Kent. He was interested in Lois Lane as Clark Kent. He was trying to get with Lois Lane as Clark Kent. It's kind of like Peter Parker. Peter Parker's always been Peter Parker, and then he gets the powers. He's Spider-Man. Now, is he no longer Clark Kent and he's just Superman? Because you can't live. He's living a lot his whole life, and he's just finding out who he is. which also means that Lois Lane is not good enough for him because he hasn't found out who he is.
Well, Clark Kent is the mask, though.
Yeah, just like
that's
Bruce
the
Wayne
mask.
is a mask for Batman, kind of like that same deal.
But
Yeah.
The real person is the hero. It's not the alter ego. That's why it's an alter ego.
But the difference between Bruce Lane and Clark Kent is that Bruce
I know who
Lane,
Bruce Lane is.
Bruce
but I know who
Lane,
Bruce Wayne is.
Bruce Lane.
I know who
Okay.
Bruce Lane is. I don't know who that is.
Yo, what? Tags is so frustrated that he's talking like show.
No, yeah,
Word.
no. You know what it is? It's this fucking whole shit got me fucked up. Bruce
Yeah.
Wayne is different than Clark Kent because Bruce Wayne lost himself when his parents died. Right? I don't know if anybody knows this, but Bruce Wayne's parents died.
What happened?
They don't say this. They don't say this enough. But his mother and father were killed in a robbery.
I've never seen that
Really?
in any
Yeah.
depiction.
You
It
have
was a
the-
ski accident. I was way off.
No, you
I
have to go. You have to go deep into the
Oh,
panels.
step, my bad.
Yeah, it's all right though. Not a lot of people know it. Don't feel too bad.
Wait,
So-
were they
so-
killed when
so
the
he-
trapeze artist fell on him?
No, that was Robin. But anyway, you know what I'm saying. So he would, to find himself and to cope with that, he became Batman, and he became so much into being Batman that it took over his life. Clark Kent was Clark Kent his whole life, and I guess it's one of those things like, well, I'm getting more, I'm able to do everything as Superman, so he's just falling into the fact that Superman. That's like if Show went to high school and he wasn't popular, but all of a sudden he found out that he could throw, and now he's the quarterback of the high school team. He's still Show, but because he could throw the
Superman-
ball,
but
now all of a sudden he's the varsity captain and all the other
But
shit. That,
Superman always knew he could throw, though. Superman always knew he could throw, but what he does is act like he can't.
Yeah.
but
So
He
that's
was
the
born to
thing.
throw.
Superman is Clark Kent
So-
is the mask. He is hiding who he is with the mask. So okay, let's put it like this. Imagine.
so everything he says is Clark Kent is a lie. So if he's nice to Lois Lane as Clark Kent, that's a lie. To what's his name, the photographer, that's supposed to be his best friend.
Jimmy
That
Olsen.
so he's
Jimmy
not
Olsen?
Jimmy Olsen's best friend. That's a lie.
But
It's
Olsen
not- it's-
also
it's
knows
not-
he's Superman.
No,
it's
but
not
you know what I'm
it's
saying,
not a
like
lie. I mean, superheroes
We're
as a
talking about
whole.
before.
Superheroes as a whole need to technically lie. Like a lot of these superheroes don't come out to their loved ones as to who they are until they are getting closer and closer and closer to getting caught. You know what I'm saying? That's usually when it comes out. When it's like, okay, you keep going out at night, you coming back with bruises. I mean, clearly Superman don't come with bruises, but this is I'm being vague about it. But like, exactly, like it's not that he's lying. He needs to hide the fact that he's Superman. You can't just go around telling everybody you are alien. I don't think there's 401ks for aliens. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Here's
And
the thing.
Superman's like
So-
being gay. Damn.
I want to ask you a question. So when you're doing your job, right, and you're delivering packages, and people that people you don't know, people whatever, they come up to you, conversate a little bit, and you having a real bad day, but you're cordial. You say hello, little small talk, go about your business. Is that a lie? Because that's
Hell
what Clark
yeah.
Kent does.
He's fucking mean as fuck.
he hates
Clark
everybody
Kent
at the
does-
job.
he's just doing-
Word.
He's doing what the society he grew up in has told him is cordial behavior.
Yeah.
So he's not lying to Jimmy. He's just that's the appropriate way for a human to act in a social setting at his workplace. Because like Cav said before, he goes to high school, he can't throw a football. He comes back to the farm, he's lifting the tractor. When
Yeah.
he's with his family, he doesn't hide who he is. So
Because
it's not
they-
a thing
because
that
they-
he's been
because they
only one
found
person
him.
this whole time.
Because they found them from a crashed, fucking meteorite pod that just hits their backyard. It's like, yo, there's a little alien
Yeah,
out
but-
there. You want to raise
But
this
why?
guy?
But why is holding back your powers holding back your personality?
Because he is a
Mm.
god. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't like, I mean, but that's the thing. Like, all superheroes need that alter ego. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just how they're written. Like, at this point, you're going against writers and how they write these superheroes. You need that alter ego. It's not that you're not hiding your powers. You can't just walk around and be the superhero because everyone around you is now in danger. You know what I mean? It takes a lot for these heroes to come out and say who they are unless you Iron
No,
Man.
I'm not saying why is he hiding his powers. I know that.
Okay.
I'm saying why does that make him a different person? Like when I go to the gym and I bench 200, I don't go to work and I'm a different person because I have to not bench 200.
Oh, so
you know what I'm saying?
I got your answer to that, Ben.
Like
Don't bench 200.
I got your answer to that.
Like the only difference should be that he walks slower and doesn't run at the speed of light to make
But
copies.
That's the thing. He can actually bench 200 though.
What you saying? I can't?
No,
Lucky I got a black shirt on. I'm flexing my pecs.
That's
exactly
what
I'm
said.
saying.
Yeah,
exactly what I'm saying.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
No,
You're a liar and
he
a
said
thief.
that he can't bench 200.
Superman
No,
look like
no.
Superman show look like he fixing his hair for a hot
Word.
day.
Word.
He look
You
like
see this?
styling his shit. He look like he's styling his
Ooh,
shit.
this little curl right here. You think this shit is hard? Easy to make? Look at this little curl in the front. Blue. Ooh, I'm looking good. But continue. Don't mind me.
325 is a warm up. That's right, Bleaks. Don't let him fool you.
Bleaks, I heard you 6'10", 350 pounds. You can lift that, but not Toe.
I need
Toe
English.
is 5'4".
I need English. Show. What did you say?
He
I
said,
said I heard he's 6'10".
325, but you can't.
all
Exactly.
I heard was
He understood it.
all tags heard was a lot of loud Dominican noises.
All I heard was
Oh,
I heard you
shit.
is 50-10 and the show can't, but he could. Bleaks 325.
Plátano.
Yeah,
Yeah, your
it's
computer's
not-
malfunctioning, bro.
Bleak said he's 6'3", 345.
All right, look,
So
let's
me and
get
him
back
are
to it, though.
practically the same
Sure.
fucking height.
Let's
So,
get back to
I got
it.
a
And,
question for you as we get back here.
yeah,
Fucking
let's
don't
get it.
laugh at me, show.
No, I'm not. I'm laughing
Fucking-
with you.
These are facts I'm spitting.
Go ahead,
So-
Cap.
so-
My bad.
You see the way that you're acting here on stream.
Show?
Right.
Yeah, show's acting
No,
like a
you.
bitch. Oh,
Toe tags.
Huh?
Toe tags.
good.
If you went into an interview, would you act this way?
Depends on what I'm interviewing for.
Word. Good answer.
All right. Let's say you're interviewing for a job you actually want.
No, but it's different to have
But-
a work.
No, it's not different.
Tags is
Because
gonna show up
only
like,
reason
yo,
you
I got the
wouldn't act
facts
this way-
right here, and the facts say you should give me this job.
Yeah, fucking bitch. You gotta end it with a fucking bitch.
The only reason you wouldn't act the way you're acting now in an interview is because the social constructs that you've learned of how to conduct yourself in a business setting tells you how you should act in that setting. For Superman, when he doesn't need to, when he's not restrained by social construct, he's Kal-El.
Oh,
But
shit.
when you need to be in a place where you can't knock the building down and you can't outrun bullets and jump things, he needs to act in the manner of which everybody around him would be comfortable. That's Clark Kent.
Yeah.
So again, it's not a lie, it's a necessity for him.
I think that's
gotta
how everybody lives, I guess.
You gotta be human, bro. You gotta be human. You need that human factor.
Everybody's different from the professional setting.
And that's the thing. That's the point because
No, but I'm not.
so that's the thing.
see,
a lot
hold
of
on,
superheroes are backwards. Go
but the
ahead,
thing
go ahead.
is, you make perfect sense for why he has to hide his superhero power and why he has to act different in public.
a lot of them
But
do though.
what I'm saying is, if he was raised as Clark Kent for all them years and just turned into Superman, isn't he more
Oh.
Clark Kent than Superman?
But
That's
he's
the-
always
no.
been Superman.
Yeah,
That's
he
the
wasn't
thing,
raised
he's
as Clark.
always been. Yeah, his parents found him outside. He is Superman. He always been Superman. I can imagine this little kid was like 4 or 5 years old breaking walls, and his parents was like, "Okay, man, we gotta teach you how to not break walls and people's faces in kindergarten." You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's the thing. And I get where you're coming from because a lot of heroes are backwards. So we've been talking about Spider-Man a lot. So let's talk about Spider-Man. Spider-Man was just a regular goofy kid. He has one crazy field trip and boom, he's a different person. So now it works there. But the minute Superman got down here, he was Superman. He just needed to grow up. So he was always Superman. So Clark Kent is him just hiding that fact because,
Okay.
it might be a good idea to hide the fact that you're an alien baby,
All
But
right, so
to also
yeah.
go off on your point, Vin, it's a misnomer that he was raised as Clark Kent. His Jonathan Kent and Martha Kent raised him as Kal-El and taught him the values of our society so he could fit in with us. But they never made him Clark. He's always known who he was. So it isn't a sudden shift where he's just like one day, oh, well, I'm Kal-El now.
So
It's
he's
kind of like being raised.
so hold up, because you just basically answered my question, but you answered the right question I should ask. So he's not Superman. He's Kal-El.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
technically, Superman is the Superman's the name that they give
like
him.
in Daredevil.
So
or
he's
Spider-Man.
forcing
By the
himself
way-
to be a hero.
No.
I mean, because Kal-El wants to be with Lois.
And Tony Stark does the same thing.
All right, hold on, Bronx.
What?
If
I
you
know, I'm
hold on, bro. If you found out you're a god, you're not gonna help out your city.
No, you don't have to. You're not bound by it.
You
I mean,
selfish
no, he
motherfucker.
literally is. No, he literally is bound to it. Like he came down. Like wasn't the point of Superman for him to come down here and rule? So he
No.
said. So he said, no, I'm gonna come down here and save. Is that not the case?
No. I think you're thinking of Omni-Man from another show.
No,
Superman
that's
was
totally
Superman was
different.
just sent here because his race and his planet was dying. He wasn't sent here with any specific motive.
Okay, cool. By the way, Alcoholic Semen Thrower, I appreciate
El
you
Diablo.
coming. I appreciate you coming over here. I don't know who you are. And, maybe don't say it in the chat and maybe you can tell me tomorrow. But that is a fantastic name.
That,
And
yeah,
thank
that
you
name
for-
right there is something.
Word.
That is, I'm going
That name is
to
something.
clap that up. That is
Word.
a fantastic
Yikes.
name. And thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. Alcoholic Semen Thrower.
Damn.
Holy shit. I could just imagine just, it's fucking drink. It's fucking everywhere.
Alcohol in one hand, dick in the other.
That sounds like a great Saturday night, let me tell you.
Oh my God.
So yeah, okay. So it was just a road. It was just he needed to come down. Okay. So my bad. Maybe I was thinking of not Omni, but yeah. But either way, like I mean, I don't know. So you're right, though, Tags. He's not Superman. Superman was the name that they gave him, but that he is Kal-El for sure. If you really want to get to the nitty gritty, he is Kal-El. Yes.
Agreed.
So Lois Lane isn't being toxic from him? Turn it.
No,
I think you just don't like Lois Lane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm starting to come to that conclusion myself.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
he's
just saying. He could have got some chick from Gotham that would have accepted him for where he was, and he would have
Yeah,
came home
I
to
don't
some
know
fucking
about-
penny.
I don't know
And
about
it
You
would've
get a
been-
chick from Gotham?
I don't know about chicks from Gotham. There's technically chicks from Bronx.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
what's wrong with that? Besides, they can't fucking speak literally.
The chick from the
no.
Bronx.
They don't
again,
have
I
adequacy
think
and shit.
This is just a simple fact of
No offense to women that live in the Bronx. It's just
Mhm.
you live in the Bronx.
Most of y'all crazy.
just,
Yeah,
just keep
crazy.
in mind.
Show was a
women
woman that
Hey,
lived in the
hey.
Bronx once.
Don't get yourself shot out here. They will find you.
You see? I'm telling you they crazy.
I'd rather
Why would
take
you
my
make it
chances.
worse?
I'd rather take my chances with toxic Lois Lane than any
Word.
girl from Gotham. I'll tell you that
Or any
right
girl
now.
from the
son.
Bronx.
Yeah, okay.
Or any
First of
girl
all,
from the Bronx.
let's understand Gotham, right? First of all, Gotham has to have the most amount of henchmen in any city ever.
They're in the
Yo,
corner.
you can throw a rock and hit a henchman, bro.
You can
or
find them
something.
at Goodwill.
Ah, there we go. You want to be part of my gang and kind of dress like me and murder people? Sweet, let's do this.
Here is
What
no
is the
payment.
what is the hiring process for it, and who does the hiring? What's that service company that does it? By the way, I want to know who these people are because they're fucking great. Because they never have like one or two. It's like 15 dudes.
Bleak 52 after the club. I'll take some Gotham shit.
Yeah.
Yo, I just got to.
It's just never-ending goons, son. You're like
Yeah, Gotham,
men, women, kids, everybody's down.
everybody in Gotham.
And
is fucked up.
no one in Gotham should ever be unemployed because some criminal's gonna pay you to do something. Ever. All right?
Yo, that's the most dangerous sentence ever spoken. Some criminal will pay you to do something.
Yeah, for real.
And that's the truth. They're like, yo, listen, you just kind of have to dress like me, but we're gonna go do some fucked up shit. But I'm gonna pay you though.
Word.
You in? Yeah, fuck it. What? I'm not doing anything tonight. No.
Yeah, I wonder
that's-
how good the
it's all getting-
healthcare system is.
That's
'Cause
what I'm
none of
telling
the
you, see what I'm
henchmen
saying?
ever quit.
How does that happen? Because eventually Batman's gonna break something of yours because you just decided to pay for your son's dental work. He's gonna break something of yours.
Batman doesn't kill people, but he hurts them really bad.
You're like, nah, I'm good. I'm not doing anything.
Batman does
To the face. Doesn't matter to me. You're in the way.
That makes sense. I just got a text message from alcoholic semen thrower. Makes sense.
I know who it is.
Appreciate you coming by, brother.
Yo, Rick, if we started over, it'll be the third time we start over today, bro. You just gotta have to catch up. So basically, all you miss is that every single one of these guys agree with me that Lois Lane is toxic. We're just gonna go down to that.
She's always fucking shit up.
Yeah.
I got you.
Word.
Yo, you know who we haven't heard for sure? What did you say anything about
Nope.
this?
I said I had a couple of questions for you guys, but
No, not a question, an opinion.
Opinion, to be honest with you, I think Superman and Lois Lane is whatever Superman allows to happen. So I don't think she's toxic, because if she was, he could just erase her memory and start over if he only likes the girl.
It's all good. I'm Rick. Sorry for the rough week. We won't ask, but at least have a good time in here, bro. Just chill, ask some questions. That are not pertaining to your week, of course. And just vibe out a little bit. Sorry about that.
Come here and forget about your week, brother.
Wait,
for real.
What you mean? It's whatever Superman allows Lois Lane to do. Superman don't allow Lois Lane to jump off of buildings.
He's a god, though. He could control her. I'm pretty sure he could.
He doesn't have those kind of powers.
Keep her locked up. What you mean he does? He's Superman.
He doesn't have fucking ability to restrain her with his mind and shit.
Can he erase his mind?
Then he would be the toxic one. Is that what it is? Is Superman the toxic one?
Maybe
tying her up in the chair when he goes out to fight crime or something?
I mean, she was doing just fine before he came out. She was like top reporter. She was living the metropolis. Yeah. She was like Carrie from Sex and the City. You know what I'm saying?
And he fucked it up.
And he fucked it up. Like, honestly, maybe Superman is the toxic one.
We fuck up everything.
It's like, oh my God, I'm such an alien. Please help me feel like a human. And whatever that means, if you want to go out and get lost somewhere and fucking have me find you just so I can feel like a human being, go for it. Maybe he's a toxic one.
Hell yeah. Jump off. I'll save you. I got nothing to do. This shit is boring. I'm Superman. I think he enjoys it. Would you think Superman would want to be with somebody that's boring, sits at home, waits for him? I cooked dinner for you while you was saving shit. No, I got shit on dinner on the table.
I don't know, man. I'd be kind of tired after a day of Supermaning. I would kind of like a nice, just warm meal and some chips.
Supermaning.
Words.
That's the phrase. I like that phrase. Y'all be tired after Supermaning. Yes, I like that because it makes perfect. I like it. It makes perfect sense.
I'm Rick. I don't know.
A lot of Supermaning today. Leave me the fuck alone, man. Get away from me. Just leave me in peace.
Yeah, but Lois Lane as a reporter wouldn't do that.
Ooh.
She has done that though.
She want to get the first scoop.
She can't. Yeah, she got a Pulitzer Prize based off of the shit she learned about Superman. She wasn't doing so fine.
Hold on. Says this might be a little not the same, but says the man who brought his, as he pointed out, his encyclopedic brother on a comic book podcast.
Yeah, but I didn't write a book about you.
Oh shit!
Oh, that's cool.
But
you solo is late. Wait a minute.
I'm not jumping off of roofs so you could save me. You have your own opinion. I got my own opinion. I got the straight facts.
Yeah.
I got the straight facts. Great balls of fire up in this motherfucker.
And if you haven't seen it back there, you have the phone number.
That's right.
To get said facts.
That's right.
1-800-FACTS.
Call that number. His phone is going right.
So, in conclusion, maybe okay, we're gonna conclude it like this. Maybe Lois might be a little toxic, but what person in Metropolis or Gotham isn't? And two, maybe Superman himself might like to play that chase game just so he could feel alive a little bit, just so he could feel human. Like maybe he wants her to get in trouble. Maybe he was like, you know what? You're a crazy reporter. You constantly get yourself into shit. Maybe I want to follow you around and save you everywhere. I mean, the S on the chest, Captain.
So you're saying that Superman has the Superman complex?
Superman has the Superman. Of course. Who else would have the Superman complex but him?
So.
Oh,
I'm sorry. That's the Napoleon complex.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we turned it into
Napoleon did
Superman.
almost take over the world.
Mm-hmm. And he was 6'3" like you.
Yeah, I'm Rick. Might have to get kicked. Just saying.
Seems a bit
I don't know who that is. I don't know.
He-
I don't know if that's one of your boys, but I'm
Oh
Rick.
no, he's talking to La Flaca.
Oh,
Yeah.
La Flaca asked him about the week.
oh,
Yeah, don't worry
man,
about that
Flocka.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, but all right. So that leads
The
me
one
to
thing
my.
we told him not to talk about, and La Flaca said, "How's your week?"
No, he brought that up himself.
Nah, she said, "How was your week?" I'm reading
See,
it.
No,
That's
he
the
said.
irony is
So he's
the
Lois
irony
Lane.
is that's basically I know what I was gonna say. That's Superman. The irony that's Superman. He's like, hey Lewis, don't go get in trouble. Don't go get in trouble.
And LaFlaca's
I'm
being
gonna be
Lois.
there.
Is that what you're saying?
I'm not
LaFlaca's-
saying that either.
So
I'm not
you're saying that
either.
LaFlaca's inciting her? She's the one
You're
that's-
saying-
no. Is it coming out of your mouth or is it coming out of Show's mouth? It's coming out of one of y'all's mouths.
The
No.
only person talking right now is you.
So he's talking about you, Show.
What?
He said the only one here talking is you, and he's talking about you, Show.
I have nothing to do. Listen, I plead the fifth. It wasn't me, Shaggy.
All right. So that leads me to my next topic, the MCU villains. Now the question is, because I always thought that the MCU villains were kind of weak in their movies, but do you think that if they were stronger, or they should have been stronger for the arrival of Thanos, it would have made Thanos look even more stronger with what he did to the Avengers?
So you mean everybody else but Thanos? Because Thanos did win at the end.
for a year.
For a year, he won. So
For a
he
year.
was strong enough. So you mean everybody else around him? Correct?
Say that one more time.
What the fuck? Where did the toe go? I said you're talking about everybody else around Thanos because Thanos actually won for a year. So he was strong enough. You
Fighting.
wanted him to be stronger?
All the villains before Thanos
Yes.
should have been stronger to make
yeah.
Thanos look better. That's, I think, what Totags' question is.
Killmonger,
Right.
Loki, Ultron, them.
Okay.
You know what pisses me off about Loki, and look, I love Loki nowadays. I've loved Loki from the beginning. Loki was actually the first villain to hit the MCU where we were like, okay, all right, we got a real villain here. But damn, I kind of wish that like Loki was just fucking using more than daggers half the time. Like, what the hell? Like, you know what I mean? Like, Loki was just, and I know he had a lot of thievery and deception, and he had the staff in the Avengers, but like, Loki is clearly he has like more powers, and I was really upset that like most of the time he's just like fucking around with knives. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if anybody agrees with that, but like we actually saw some hints of that in the Loki show.
Yep.
Where that building is falling, my man just puts it back up. I'm like, yes, where has this been all the time? My man tried to stab Thanos. Like, my man just put it on the Hulk, literally in your face, put it on the Hulk. He destroyed this whole fleet. Ebony Maw has a pirate angel, Thor over there wrapped up. And you are about to go to Thanos, who now has the Tesseract turned into a stone. He is activated. You're gonna pull up with a knife? I did not like that. I did not like that at all. I think I want to see Loki unleashed. You know what I mean?
No, I
Is
hear
he
you.
supposed to be as strong as his brother?
So here's the thing. I think
he's
you're
also
giving
a guy.
Loki a little too much credit.
Damn.
No. I'm gonna highly disagree. Loki. I'm not saying Loki's strong as hell, but I would like to see just more than knives. Let me see more. Just more illusion and shit like that. I mean, isn't he a frost giant? We can throw some ice.
So he was born a frost giant, but even in his frost giant form, he only looks like Nightcrawler. He doesn't have any control of ice. He doesn't grow. He's still just his size.
He can't hit harder.
No, he doesn't get any benefits from that.
I don't know, man. Loki was a real trickster in the comics.
Well,
man.
here's the thing though. where I'm getting at with stronger villains, because one thing Loki knows shit. He's able to think on the fly. He can get in places that even what's it, Heimdall? That's his name.
Heimdall, yeah.
Yeah, Heimdall
Wouldn't
can't
see him.
see. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a tactician and he knows how to plan shit. And he obviously had plans to go after the Avengers. So he knew some shit. So if he was stronger then, like actually having a plan, knowing about the Avengers and attacking with the, I want to say the Dothraki, the fucking alien race that he was with, I think, you know, that would have showed off more of the skills of the Avengers. Now, Bleaks is saying Ultron was a good villain, but Ultron was also indestructible. They didn't have too many fights with him and Ultron. It was just like his plan seemed, okay, but at the end of the day, it was like it was a big story being told, but not a lot of action being shown. The Ronan the Accuser. From what I hear from you guys, he's a badass mother who don't take no shit from nobody.
Nah, that guy was
And
nuts.
he died to a dance off.
Well,
Yo,
he didn't die to a
I know he
dance
didn't. I know he
off.
didn't die. I'm just saying. But like, and then Killmonger. Everybody loved Killmonger.
I did
you know,
not like Killmonger.
You know, everybody loved what he stood for and all that other stuff. He made a big impact in the society. But when it came down to it, he just was a symbol. He wasn't really that bad of a character to push Black Panther beyond his beliefs. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like either you make them a better threat to them physically or like mentally. Because if you were to push Black Panther beyond his beliefs even more, because it almost seemed like the Winter Soldier did that, and Born Zemo did that,
Zemo,
and they didn't need Killmonger to do that to him. You know, if they would have pushed him mentally for him to be like, you know what, this old way doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? Like if that story would have been a little stronger, or the action there would have been a little stronger, Ronan the Accuser would have pushed Drax to the point where you can believe that he can kill Thanos, and then Thanos just destroys him. Like, hold on, whoa, how badass is Thanos? You know, it's like that's the point I'm trying to make.
So maybe here's the thing, because maybe it's not necessarily about the villains being stronger, because you have superheroes themselves that are strong. I mean, we do have Thor, who is a god. You know what I'm saying? We do have some pretty powerful Avengers and superheroes altogether. It seems that like the way to go about it is that mental game. Ultron played the mental game. As Bleak just said, he used Wanda for that shit. Baron Zemo basically broke up the Avengers in the MCU and stuff like that. So maybe it's not necessarily a question of them being stronger, but just have a more fleshed out plan than just domination. You know what I'm saying? Like really try to get into the psyche of these heroes and break them down that way.
Well, Baron Zemo didn't really break up the Avengers. All he did was break up Cap and Iron Man.
Which in essence is the Avengers.
Yeah.
No, but they're still, all of them were still together. And they didn't even really break them up. They just had like a scuffle. Because Iron Man still really wanted Cap around, and Cap had to step away because he needed to protect his friend.
I mean, he said it in Infinity War. He's like, yo, we broke up. Like there's that goofy line where Ruffalo's like, what, like a band, like the Beatles? Like technically, maybe like in our eyes, we knew that they weren't broken up, but like to them, it was like, although they respect each other as heroes and they know that if shit hit the fan, they got to come together, but they wasn't on talking terms. They weren't hitting each other up. They wasn't chilling in the Avengers complex all day long. You know what I mean? I get where you're coming, but they're like, they were broken up. You know what I mean?
Now, question: ain't the bad guys strong? Well, stronger than they appear, because the Avengers need every superhero to actually take down one guy. I've never seen the bad guys actually form their own little Avengers. Like, let's get together and beat these good guys up.
Oh, just you wait, sir. It's a coming. It's a coming. Yeah. But like, I honestly like if you like Ronan is the one that stands out to me as one of the most, because I mean, Ronan had an Infinity Stone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have liked to see some wild shit. I get where you coming from, Tags. I want to see somebody like. I want to see like a fucking bloodbath. I want to see a fight to the finish. I want to see some season 1 Daredevil shit. You know what I'm saying? I hear you.
Yeah. Now, imagine Hela. Hela. That's
Hela. Yeah.
Hela.
The sister.
If Thor would have fought her more than just throwing the Moliere at her.
Bro, but he hit her with the biggest lightning in the history of lightning, bro. And she's nothing happened.
He didn't even fight her, and he just did Ragnarok on her.
So here's the thing.
He fought Hulk more than he fought him, and he got his ass kicked by the Hulk, and then Thanos murders the Hulk, and then you expect me to believe that Thor can beat up Thanos?
What movie were you watching?
The right one, the one that was on the screen.
Yeah, Thor clearly had him.
After he turned into Raiden.
I mean, wait,
That's part of Thor.
But that doesn't mean that. Hold on, wait. All right, so your argument is forget everything that led up to Thor turning into Raiden, which was Hulk fucking him up. Forget that. But as soon as Thor turned into Raiden and hit him once, the fight's over.
I mean, bro, it's a fight. How you want him to fight?
You hit him with a fucking hammer in the head.
It more than one hit counts.
Not with a
Because-
hammer.
Okay, hold on.
Hit somebody in the head with a hammer. That's it. It's over.
In the beginning of the fight, Hulk was fucking
in the arena.
Yes, Hulk was fucking Thor up, and then Thor had to turn into Lord Raiden to beat Hulk.
I mean, hold on a second. Even before the lightning came out, Thor had some shots, and if you really, we could take it back to Avengers, and he also fucked them up there too.
And also, Bleaks had it right. He never fought a real Hulk. It was always a dumbed down version of Hulk.
You guys have problem with the writers then. That's the problem. Y'all got problems with how these movies are written. Like, I'm not looking it into that.
No.
Like,
you got problems with reality, bro, because the fact of the matter is, no, because the thing is this, if you're going to watch the whole fight again, we can watch the whole fight again. In the beginning, Hulk was fucking him up.
So you mean to tell me Thor had no shots on him at all?
What?
Like Thor, he made Hulk get so upset that Hulk was like, okay, we really about to do this then. And then when he was about to do this, he bought the lightning. So like, are you not going to use your entire arsenal against Hulk? You're mad because he used his power against Hulk, who is this crazy person?
I'm not mad.
Hulk always uses his powers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
First, all right. All right.
That's what the Hulk does.
Okay. All right.
So you're telling me when the God of Thunder and God of Lightning and Thunder decides to be, I'm going to use lightning and thunder because, that's my shit. It's my shtick. It's what I do. So when he does it, that's not fair.
All right. So I see my mic moving in my OBS. You guys see that red line that's moving? So obviously that means sound is being transferred. So the problem here is that y'all not listening. And I get it. That's fine. I got one person out there that hears me. Bleak, you my brother, bro. But everyone else that's listening, watch this later. I know you know what I'm talking about.
Okay. But then we're also seeing a dumbed down version of Thor at the time too, because it was only later when Hela really got in that ass that he really popped off his thunder. So you guys look, there's a lot of Hulk stands out there that are mad at some of the representation in the MCU. I'll give you that.
Yo, the argument I made.
Yo, why you cut cabs off?
I didn't cut nothing off.
You fucking shit up, Tom.
I didn't.
Just because he got an opinion, you don't gotta freeze him.
Yo,
that's fucked up, man. Yo, call security. Yo, Cap, go in the other room and just.
Kaz, if you can hear us, you gotta have to reset your. That's not me, bro.
We apologize for Toe. He out of control.
The problem isn't that Thor turned into Lord Raiden. I'm just saying that he had to in order to beat the Hulk.
Yeah, but
that's what I'm saying.
All right, Finn, what you're getting confused at is the point of the story. Like that was the point of him within the story.
No, but so here's the thing though. So what I'm saying is he did all that, right? And what I said before that was the hardest villain he had in that movie was the Hulk. That's where the whole argument came from. Yeah, he didn't fight Hela in the movie. He didn't even fight. The Hulk went to go fight Ragnarok, the dude they bring out for Ragnarok.
Yeah, because that's not the journey Thor was on.
And this is what I'm saying. Like, if they would have showed the bad guys stronger, don't you think Thanos would have been even better?
No, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell
My
you why.
bad, son, with the camera, bro. My
It's
bad.
all good. It's all good.
Nah, you're good. It was toe. Fuck your shit up.
Nah, you're notorious for fucking shit up, show. I don't want to hear nothing.
I think
I got obliques. I'll send them on your ass.
I think that was the God of Thunder that did that one to me. I'm sorry.
It was Lois Lane.
So here's the thing, right? Thanos, we agree that's your standard, the strongest villain that the Avengers had to face. And you were saying that if all the villains were turned up more, it would have made Thanos look more impressive. Because
Actually,
they had stopped a whole bunch of shit, and this dude was worse than that, right?
Something like that, yeah.
But yeah. So here's the problem: Thanos is top tier. Who's the next villain for the MCU? Kang?
Kang?
But Kang is nowhere near what Thanos is. So what do they have to do to make Kang look better? Kang's not only fucking with our reality, he's fucking with all of them.
But who?
Which is absurd. Hold on, which is absurd because you have to do something. You have to do something that goes way beyond to make Kang viable or to make Doctor Doom viable as a villain.
But
once
there's a
you got
difference
Thanos
here.
out the way.
There's a difference there. First off, Cap's no longer there. Thor is doing his own. Like, we're getting new superheroes to fight this dude.
Yes, but here's the thing.
Iron Man's not
His
there.
threat, the actual threat that Kang presents is nothing worse than what Thanos did. It's actually less than what Thanos is. Because with the actual motivations of Kang, he's just a dude who's pissed off because he's essentially Mr. Freeze, but with the ability to travel through time.
Yeah, he's a scientist. He's a time
Yeah.
time traveling scientist.
Trying to find a cure for his wife.
Yeah, but
So
doesn't he use the future technology to fuck these guys up?
Yeah, but the future technology is easily defeated because it's based on some shit that Tony Stark did. So he knew, like, Kang. There's a reason why Thanos is the top guy. Everybody underneath, dude. You can't tell me that Thanos snapped half the universe. They fought, brought half the universe back. Killed the version of Thanos from 2014. Killed the current day Thanos. Had to put back all the time stones, all the Infinity Stones, and then Doctor Doom is gonna show up and do what? Take over the world, and you gotta stop him? Easy. They've stopped many people. Kang is gonna do what?
I mean,
He's
how?
gonna mess with time, so
Hold
you're
on,
gonna have to stop him. And
Hold-
like,
hold on, wait, hold on, wait.
Before you
Hold
go,
on, wait.
before you go, let me just read you this quick little description. In direct combat, Thanos would destroy Kang without even having to give it all. He is so much stronger and faster than Kang that the time-traveling supervillain wouldn't even know how to approach the fight except running away. Damn.
Hold on. So you're saying that Doctor Doom, the gauntlet wielding, took over Asgard, took over Liberia, destroyed the MCU, became a god at one point. It's too
Over
weak.
Nigeria?
Liberia.
So that's comic book. In the MCU, the movies, there is no more Asgard for him to take over.
Yeah.
The Infinity Stones are, for all intents and purposes, atomized. They're not a thing anymore. What is there left for him to do that is an actual threat when you've already stopped the biggest threat you have? Not even Galactus coming in. Galactus is gonna come to destroy the planet. Cool. We saved the dude who killed half the universe. We beat his ass. Somebody just coming to mess with our planet, we could fuck him up too.
So what you're saying is these other movies are pointless.
No. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying the other movies are pointless. I'm saying in this debate that the villains didn't need to be stronger to show Thanos was a threat, and most of the time, actually fighting the villain wasn't the point of the movie. Like, fighting Thanos was the point of Infinity War and Endgame. But in Thor Ragnarok, the point of Thor Ragnarok
Was to stop Ragnarok.
But no. That
He
wasn't the
caused
point.
Ragnarok.
The point of Thor Ragnarok was to show Thor that he is more than he believes.
Okay.
He didn't need to
okay.
fight Hela because that's not what the fight was. That's not what his journey was. He didn't need to stop Surtur because that's not what his journey was. His journey was to fully believe that the hammer, whoever shall be worthy shall have the power of Thor, not the power of Mjolnir. So his journey was to learn that Thor is the power, not his hammer. And Black Panther, yeah, he could have pushed the ideas a little bit further, but there was a different story than to do a fight.
Hold up. If that's the case, then he didn't learn that lesson, because as soon as Thanos came, he ran and made another hammer.
No. So here's the difference. Here's the thing, right? I now know that, so you can look at it this way. Thor learned, oh shit, I don't need Mjolnir to give me my power. I have my power. But then when Thanos comes, he didn't go get another Mjolnir. He got a weapon.
To defeat Thanos. Yeah.
It's a fight. He went to go grab something to fight with.
Yeah.
Not something to, it's like in I know
not
you guys
something not something to fight for, like the hammer or his powers or realizing who he is.
Yeah.
Not something to fight for, something to fight with.
Yes.
He knows what he did. He knows what he is at that point, but he needed a weapon. Like he says it, I need a weapon that's the Thanos killing kind. Like, that I think that's where you're going with that.
Yeah. So there's a difference. So it's hard to explain. There's a difference between him needing Stormbreaker. So perfect example. Here's how I'm going to do this. In Endgame, when him and Cap stood side by side and they were about to go fuck up Thanos, Mjolnir came to Thor, and Cap had Stormbreaker. And Thanos said, no. Thor said, no, you get this one.
Switch.
Because he knew he doesn't need this one anymore.
It's not about the hammer anymore.
Crutch. He's about to go fuck somebody up now.
Yeah. I agree.
So that was the purpose of that movie. So Hela didn't need to be... the point of Hela wasn't to be a strong threat to show that he can get past a future threat. The point of Hela was for him to look within himself, to better himself, and to get to where he should have been this whole time.
To get the glow.
Yeah, essentially.
I can't stand Thor today. I can't stand this guy's show today. Look at it.
Oh my god.
You look very comfortable with that hand motion.
You see?
Why is it on your knuckles?
Stop playing with me.
Lay. Yeah, man. You so badly want to prove that I'm right, so yeah, it's your turn. It's your turn to talk.
Oh man.
Oh man. No, I'm just saying it's the whole argument with the lighting. I was like, didn't understand that. It's like I'm using the power that I have. It's what I do. The Hulk gets strong. The angry gets, the stronger he gets. I use lightning and thunder. Guess what? I'm gonna use it. That's like telling Iron Man, yo, don't put on your iron suit. Don't put on the suit. Don't put on the suit when you're fighting me, because
strongest.
I know that's the thing you do. Don't fuck with technology either.
Well, the thing I was going for was that it took the Hulk to get him there, and not Hela.
No,
she wasn't the bad guy.
It took the Hulk to preview it, and it took, like I said, and it took Hela kind of to get there. But all he understood is what Cap was saying. He's like, yo, listen, I'm not here to stop all this. I'm here to be a better leader to my people. Because at the end of the day, that's what was supposed to happen. And then Thanos came and kicked in the door. We were in the 4-4 and said, fuck this game. I'm fucking everything up. Word. But he was just supposed to be a leader. That's all. Just, like, son, I've molded you your whole life to be a leader. You were a dick in the first one. I don't know what happened in part 2. I mean, the movie by itself.
Yeah, that was...
I don't know what the fuck happened in that one.
One of
That
the
shit
biggest
show.
gripes. Look, one of the biggest gripes and we're kind of veering off, but I mean that's what we do, right? This is the Nukkle Hedd Podcast.
Yeah.
One of the main issues that the MCU, like a lot of people have with the MCU, is Hulk. So
Oh, yeah.
everybody wants to see this unstoppable Hulk, and we want to see World Breaker Hulk, and we want to see this Hulk, and Hulk didn't come out in Endgame, and Hulk didn't come out in Infinity War. I get that, bro. I get it. People just want to see Hulk smash, but I mean, it's that I'm glad that they didn't make him so OP because I don't think we'd be able to explain that coherently and cohesively in the MCU. I think you'd just be way too OP. You don't want to have that over OP person. You never want to have that. Even Thanos, that's a very important part about Thanos where Iron Man like does all that shit and makes him bleed. He goes all that for a drop of blood. And it's like, Thanos, you don't know how significant that drop of blood is. You bled. If you bleed, we can kill you. That's how humans see that. You bleed, we can kill you. That drop of blood is probably the most important part of that whole scene. We needed that drop of blood.
But-
you know what I'm saying? So that to show that you can't make superheroes too OP, then we have that Superman complex,
You see,
But
he's not a man, he's the machine.
But the first Thanos being so strong made that second Thanos look even stronger.
So I'm gonna actually say it didn't.
I don't think so, man.
That first
2014 Thanos did not look great. He had no control of the stones. He had no idea what he was doing. He just put on he was walking around with the blade. I don't think, no. Infinity War Thanos was a lot more menacing. My man is over here going from world to world, picking up Infinity Stones, dropping motherfuckers like it's fucking a pickup basketball game at Rucker Park, bro. My man is just crossing and fading away on everybody. And then, so maybe what you're saying is 2014 Thanos and Endgame might have a little bit more, I don't want to call it beginner's luck, but like that early kind of, like when you're early in the game, you're not as refined villain. You're a little bit more brash, I guess. Maybe he came off that way, but I think Infinity War Thanos is a million times stronger, better.
He had all the Infinity.
everything.
He had the Infinity Stones. The end game Thanos had no Infinity Stones whatsoever, and he was fucking Cap up to the point where Cap was ready to die, and he knew, all right, I'm dying.
I'm gonna put it to you this way, Vin. So
hand to hand, he fucked these guys up.
Infinity War Thanos.
He came with an army.
Infinity War Thanos. He turned around, and if you look at the movie, because they do this on purpose, he starts off fighting the Hulk full armor. And the more stones he gets, the less armor he wears.
Yes.
And the less
Absolutely.
people he fights with. He fought Doctor Strange, Iron Man, Spider-Man, and the Guardians of the Galaxy by himself on a planet. All right? But now, the 2014 Thanos in Endgame, the minute WandaVision starts fucking him up,
Yep.
I said WandaVision, but Wanda starts fucking him
That
up,
happens to me all the time.
this motherfucker turns bitch and calls in an airstrike.
Yep.
Thanos in Infinity War, even without the stones, was already losing parts of his armor, already sitting there going, I know I have this.
Blanca, safe flight, mama. Thank you for coming by as always. Appreciate you. Sorry to say that. I will, and I'm so. And go ahead, Cap. After you're done, I got something to say too.
So the one in Endgame already knew that he had it. The one in Infinity War knew he had it. The one in Endgame didn't know. The one in Endgame didn't know he had it. He said, "Oh, this was predestined," but that was, like I've been saying for years, it was false bravado.
Yeah.
Because if you look at him, dude, that dude put up a fight against Thor, Cap, and Iron Man.
3 tired ass Avengers that just went through hell and back. I know it seemed like 5 minutes because of the time travel, but they was really going through some stuff. They had 5 years of depression. They were down in the dumps. That Endgame Thanos took advantage of an unfinished, unsure, undecided Avengers team. Whereas in Thanos in the first one, took them dudes straight off. Them dudes had a whole year break. Them dudes was fresh. They had fresh legs. They had a whole off season. And Thanos still putting in work. come Endgame, you got a overweight Thor, you got an out of shape, and you got Cap and Iron Man that hadn't even really seen that much action in a while. You know what I'm saying? They had already lost to this Infinity War Thanos. So I 100% think that Thanos Infinity War was way stronger.
And
So-
on top of that, if you look at it, Wanda fucked him up when they had their little tit for tat. Iron Man fucked him up. Cap fucked him up with Moliere. Thor fucked him up.
Time out. Wanda proved she can destroy an Infinity Stone, and Thanos was holding her back with Infinity Stones while he was bringing back Vision with the Time Stone. He had Infinity Stones. Yeah.
Infinity War, exactly.
Hold up.
Stronger.
He had stones.
Make a point for them.
No. With him looking as strong as he did in Infinity Wars, I think he looked even stronger in Endgame because he had the Infinity Stones. He didn't have the Infinity Stones in Endgame. It was all hand-to-hand combat. When he fought, the gauntlet was they were running away with the gauntlet half of the whole fight. He didn't have the gauntlet when he fought Cap, Iron Man, and this dude at the same time. He didn't have none of that. And when he did have the gauntlet, he didn't have Marvel. When he did have the gauntlet, he used the Power Stone and sent Captain Marvel flying. Now imagine he had the gauntlet in the beginning of that fucking fight. He'd have killed him even worse because now this Thanos isn't awesome. I'm doing this just for the sake of the universe. This Thanos is I'm killing all y'all motherfuckers because you annoyed me.
I get what you're saying.
Also, hold up, before you say, Bleaks has a point. Y'all want to talk about the Hulk would have been overpowered. Captain Marvel was overpowered as a motherfucker.
So they did.
How was she OP? Like she got knocked out with an Infinity Stone. It was done. After that, we don't even see her no more. She might be OP, but she never got screen time. Again, the exact problem with being too OP. That's why you couldn't give her that much screen time. That's why she comes in, breaks everything, does a little whatever, and then gets popped back with an Infinity Stone. They actually brought down her power. She wasn't OP at all. Not only was she wasn't OP in power, she wasn't even OP in runtime. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is me personally. I don't think she was OP at all.
I got something to say when Cap was done.
Yeah, all right. After Cap show.
Yeah, because Cap was trying to say something.
I get what you're trying to say. Is that in Endgame or in Infinity War, Thanos had all of his shit together and he came in a wreck shop. But in Endgame, Thanos had nothing and went toe to toe. I get that. But now here's the small little subtle detail that I mentioned before, but I'm going to bring up again. The Thanos in Infinity War was methodical.
Yeah.
The Thanos in Endgame was panicked. Because again, the minute Wanda showed a little bit of dominance, he panicked and called an airstrike. And Ebony Maw not Ebony Maw, the other one with the Calvin's Glaive.
Yeah.
Was like, yo, you're gonna hit our people. And Thanos was like, I don't give a fuck. Somebody get this bitch off me.
Do it. Yeah,
he
that's a good part.
Panicked.
That's a good part.
And by that nature, you can't be better. You can't be more menacing than the other one. Yeah, he was a better fighter, but they gave him more opportunity to fight. But even with that, dude, if you gave Cap, again, the methodicalness and the confidence that Infinity War Thanos had is off the chart. He was taking off armor. I know he had the gauntlet. But only somebody who knows what they're doing would take off armor. Thanos in 2014, the Endgame one, he brought everybody. Why? Because he saw that, he won. But he also saw that he didn't get rid of everybody that was a threat to him. And in his mind, if everybody that survived is still there, they're probably worth bringing everybody He didn't do that shit in the first place. He didn't bring his army to fucking gather the stones.
That's
He
what
went
I'm
up with him
saying.
and just his fucking pack, and that was it.
And then in Endgame, like, let's not forget there was a nasty little sneak attack on the entire base. My man dropped bombs all over the place first. You got Cap, who's done, Iron Man, who's done, Thor, who's overweight, up against Thanos. And I get he didn't have stones, but these guys are also been depleted. They've been depleted mentally. They've been depleted physically at that point. And then when they do bring some extra help, and Wanda literally doesn't have to do anything. She just a little, she starts doing her thing, and then all of a sudden he's calling out for the airstrike. So look, I get what you're saying, but at the end of the day, you also need to keep in mind that this was a fresh Avengers in Infinity War, and there was more of them. The team was full. We have Endgame. We have no Vision anymore at all. We have who else were we missing? We were missing Gamora in the we're missing Gamora in the Endgame fight. She turns and comes the other way after they run into each other. We were missing Nat. I get it. Nat doesn't, I get it. She doesn't have power.
Missing a full Hulk.
But we're missing a full Hulk. This is Professor Hulk at this point.
Yeah.
And his arm is messed up, which I don't know if you guys watch Shang-Chi, but
he wasn't Hulk in Infinity Wars.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
No, he was in the Hulkbuster suit.
No, he was in the Hulkbuster suit. But what I'm saying, they didn't have anybody. They were missing mad people. They were missing more people in Endgame that they were missing in Infinity War until everybody came out. And then once everybody came out, it was easy pickings on Thanos. They was clowning Thanos.
First of all, in Infinity War,
That's the point I was gonna make. By the way.
Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead.
No, that's the exact point I was gonna make. They was fighting a fat Thor, a weak minded. They were all weak minded. Oh, he beat us. We only have one chance at this. It was all scared.
They were depleted.
Yeah. No,
they were depleted.
Well, first off, if you think about it, who did he fight in Infinity War? Iron Man and Spider-Man, and then he was basically holding back the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, he fought Doctor Strange as well.
He fought everybody. Vision, Wanda.
Yeah, but then with the Infinity Gauntlet, so with the Mind Stone, he was able to find out which Doctor Strange was it out of the 100 of them that was holding him down. He was able to keep back Drax and the other chick. When they all came together, they almost had him, but it was Peter Quill who fucked all that shit up, right? He had some of the stones. With nothing, he fucked up Captain America with Moliere. He fucked up Thor with Stormbreaker. He fucked up who else was in that fucking fight scene again?
They were depleted, bro. They were depleted.
So I get what you're saying. I understand 100% what you were saying. But in Infinity War, show me where. Oh,
he used the gauntlet to basically make sure he didn't kill them.
Here's the thing. Outside of throwing a planet or a moon at Tony Stark, when did he really use the gauntlet to fuck anybody up?
He threw the Hulkbuster into the tree. He fucking used the Power Stone when he smacked Captain America, when he punched Captain America, and they say he died and shit like that.
No, he didn't use the Power Stone. He just hit him.
He turned purple.
No. First off, he is purple, but
he had the purple. He had the purple fucking light. Go watch it.
No. You talking about when he hit Black Panther? He did, but that's just Black Panther's suit.
No. When he
takes him.
All right, so
Cap didn't have a cap.
Okay, he used the Power Stone. He used the Infinity Gauntlet on to hold back Wanda and as a fucking Titan, he just destroyed Vision. He used his fingers to kill Vision. Like he used those stones a lot during that movie.
But not in a fighting capacity.
I mean, he did. He also he used the Reality Stone when he was facing the Guardians in Nowhere the first time. He turned Drax into the little accordion.
Anybody.
Not to,
but also he was holding back in Infinity because he only killed Iron Man when he was like, all right, this motherfucker's not gonna stop.
I always ask myself that when he snapped, why he didn't get rid of all of them.
And he was fully unleashed.
He was holding back because he had the Infinity Stones.
So you think he was holding back? To
I think that Well, the theory is he was willing to give up himself as the first person to wipe out half the universe. So it wasn't personal with him. He just wanted half the universe gone, so that way they can keep all the resources and all that other shit. So it didn't matter who died. Even if he died, it would have been mission accomplished.
Why
So
wasn't
the purpose of that was to get the stones and not sacrifice people that didn't need to be. It was all random. So when he had to kill Tony to stop him, and he looked as strong as he did with the Infinity Gauntlet, and then the next movie, he had none of that in him, none of that nobleness in him. It was straight up, I'm going to rewrite history and rewrite the universe because y'all motherfuckers are not grateful enough that I did this shit without any stones fucking these people up. You telling me that's not more badass? You're telling me that's not a strong...
They were depleted.
How can a god be depleted? You keep saying that Thor is a god.
You didn't see the shape that he was in, no matter how much of it. They didn't even want to let him snap because he was so mentally fucked up.
That is true.
Like Thanos was in their head a long time ago. He was already in their head. You know what I'm saying? So it's not. They're not scared of this new Thanos.
But
they're scared of the old Thanos that brought him here.
But they're also fighting a Thanos that has no idea who they are.
Yo.
I mean, he knows they're the Avengers. He knows that because he says it. While he's hearing them talking, he's like, Avengers. He knows who they are.
Yeah. Real quick, I just watched that scene again. Thanos just punches Cap without using the stone.
All right.
But I'll tell you this. Like, it's to me, it is impressive how he like held them back. You know what I'm saying? And like, it was just him against them three. You're right. But you also need to keep in mind, bro, these guys have been through the ringer for the last 5 years. They lost everybody. Like imagine losing extremely bad only to go up again and know that you are, you know, at the end of your odds and all of that shit and have to do it again. And let's not forget again, Thanos didn't just pull up and was like, all right, let's do this, y'all. My man came through with missiles. He blew that whole shit up. And yes, they were able to make it out of the rubble, but that has to affect them in somehow, some way. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't just pull up empty-handed either. Yes, he did not have the Infinity Stone, but he didn't pull up empty-handed. And again,
he also had his army in Wakanda.
Well, and they had more people to help him fight at the time. It was at the end of that first fight with them three that everybody comes when Cap is pretty much done and he's like, yo, on your left.
Yeah, but when he pulls out when he shoots the missiles from the ship in Endgame, everybody was already back. There was a big ass war going on.
No. He attacked the base first.
No. He shot the base after they snapped. But when Wanda was pulling them apart, everybody already came back. That was a full-on blow-on war.
Wanda was there. And all it didn't even take Wanda nothing to have this guy floating up. Meanwhile, in Infinity War, because he had that gauntlet, he was able to hold them back. Like, he is more, I mean, I guess you can say like this, maybe if he had the gauntlet in Endgame, he would have been a lot stronger. But clearly he didn't. You know what I'm saying? So I say that he's the stronger. In Infinity War, I do hear where you coming from, that he just pulled up raw dog in Endgame. Like, yo, he's a lot more cockier. Like Cap said, there was a lot more bravado with 2014 Thanos,
almost some arrogance.
But he is taking on an Avengers team that has gone through a lot.
But
bro, you know what I mean?
But this gives them like Bleaks is saying, this gives them even more motivation to fight harder because they know what he's capable of, and they lost everything the first time.
Yeah, but they're not fresh. And they just pulled off this time heist. Like, bro, that's like you playing a full court before running and playing against the dudes that really run in the park.
No,
like,
but they only just went back in time. They didn't fight anyone. Captain America was the only one that had to actually fight somebody back in time.
I mean, you still had to pull off a time heist.
I mean, that doesn't take energy. Like it doesn't wear you out.
It doesn't take energy. What they were doing, of course, it takes some kind of. I mean, you're going back through time. That shit is gonna fuck with you regardless.
No, but what you're saying is basically like when they shooting threes for warm up before the game. They shot threes in the warm up.
I mean, you're being a little unfair there, bro.
How am I being a little unfair? You're telling me that they went back in time to get stones. They didn't fight nobody. They were undercover. Thor basically got reinvigorated because he spoke to his mom.
Yeah.
And he got Moliere and proved that he's still worthy of Moliere. So that shows him a lesson which invigorates him. And then Cap Cap basically gets the trust of Tony again because they had to go back in time even further to do that. He sees Peggy. He sees what he could be fighting for. And Tony Stark gets the closure from his father when he goes back in time and gets the hug from that. Ant-Man is just fucking Ant-Man. And
it's still a mission, though.
No, Ant-Man really didn't do nothing. But these are the things that happen to the most important characters in that movie that can give them something to fight for. So when you see that, it will make you fight even harder.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's my thing, right? I know where you're going. I understand now where I can't speak for everybody on the panel, but I understand where me and you have a disconnect. As you mentioned, and Infinity War Thanos was willing to be the first one to go in the snap. But 2014 Thanos was on a completely different fucking thing. He was like, anoint me, I'm already king. So where our disconnect is, I'm more afraid of the guy who actually has conviction and actually stands by them. And I'm less afraid of the dude who, yeah, he might be bigger, stronger, faster, but he doesn't stand for anything. So I think that's where our disconnect is, and why I don't see him as you do, as a tougher thing, even though he put hands on everybody. It's because for me, 2014 Endgame Thanos doesn't stand for anything. And the minute he's pushed a little, he's willing to kill his entire team to get away.
And look,
So
if we go to Bleak, so Bleak is making some good. He goes, I feel like the Avengers fought harder in Endgame because they know what Thanos is capable of. You're right, but that doesn't negate the fact that they've been going through 5 years of bullshit, bro. They're mentally fucked up. So like, and I get it. And then he says, I would fight harder knowing I lost the first time. That doesn't necessarily guarantee the win, or it doesn't necessarily guarantee the fact that, you know, Thanos is stronger in Endgame as opposed to Infinity War. And then he says, not the same. You know, we're talking about superheroes. They never have time off. You're right. They never do have time off, but they lost in Infinity War. That's time off. You know, they have 5 years of nothing. That is essentially the time off. And not only that, all of them have to live with this 5 years of guilt. Yo, when we see the Avengers in the beginning of this movie, like, bro, they're fucked up. And yeah, you're right. They did have, and I'm gonna give you that, Tags. That's a fantastic point. They had a lot of closure going back in time. And although they didn't fight nobody, you're still putting off a time heist and traveling through time. To then come right back, have Hulk snap, and then immediately get fired on by tons of guns. And then you could see Thor, Cap, and Iron Man. They're already like a little ruffled after that shit. To then take on Thanos, like, I get where you're coming from. That, like, because he didn't have the Infinity Gauntlets, he was a little bit more brash. He didn't really have like a motive in 2014, other than to carry out what he already knew was going to happen because of the intercepting conversation he had with Homegirl, but Nebula. But it's clear that he's a stronger version of himself in Infinity War because of, you know, like, he also went through a lot too. My man is jumping planet to planet getting these stones, and every planet he's going through, he has trouble. Bro, he had to kill his daughter in the first one. You know what I'm saying? And this was a Thanos that it hurt him, like. And I will ask you guys to see if you agree. Thanos killing Gamora in Infinity War, or the person Thanos was in Infinity War, him killing Gamora would have hurt a lot more in Infinity War than it would in Endgame.
Yes.
Yeah, easily.
Like I said, he had conviction in Infinity War.
That's what I'm saying. So I get where you're coming from. Maybe because he was. Don't get me wrong, son. You're right. He went through Tony, he went through Mjolnir, and he went through Stormbreaker. He was doing his thing with that double blade. And shout out to the double blade, man. That double blade is ill. But I feel like the journey is the important part of the strength that we're like talking about, right? And clearly there was a journey in Infinity War. I don't think there was much of a journey in Endgame. That's where I stand with it.
Now he kind of showed up and just was there.
He just pulled up. He pulled up fresh. He pulled up fresh. Like, imagine you've been playing full courts all day in the court, and you tired, but you hype because you keep winning. And then come the biggest ballers out of the biggest ballers. These guys are fresh legs. They own the park, and they come through and take you on. It's like, yeah, they're probably gonna do well against you.
To be honest with you, they had the same in Infinity War. They had the same problems. If you think about it, Thor had to deal with losing fucking Asgard. He had to think about losing Asgard.
Yeah, you're right.
Then Cap and Iron Man had to live with losing their best friend basically, and they had to go into hiding.
Mm-hmm.
Wanda and Vision were trying to just be in love and be left alone.
Well, you know, that doesn't. They were just trying to be left alone.
You know what I'm saying? Like they were going through some problems of their own in Infinity War.
Yeah, but
it wasn't like they were like, you know, shadow boxing in the background. I wish a big motherfucker come today. You know what I'm saying?
They didn't have a 5-year L though, bro. Like that's
true.
But what's the link between Civil War and Thanos?
What's more devastating to a hero than losing? Nobody lost. Like
what did they not lose in Infinity War? They lost greater. There was a greater loss at the end of Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah, the bad guy won.
But the biggest loss they had before Thanos came was they lost each other. Thor lost his people.
Thor lost his people. I'll be honest. Yeah, but Thor didn't lose the mission. He hadn't lost the mission. He might have lost his people to some bullshit.
But at the beginning of Infinity War, he did lose the mission. He lost his brother. His brother died, and most of his people fucking died at the hands of Thanos also.
Exactly, and the point after that was to get Thanos, and they still lost. They lost yet again. So you're kind of like making our point. They all double lost in Infinity War. They double lost. They lost at the beginning and lost at the end.
No, but
Thanos was handing. That's exactly Thanos was handing out L's.
But that excuse of them being mentally drained because of the snap it carries on to Infinity War also. They just were mentally drained off of something else.
I mean, but it's one thing to lose Asgard. Is one thing to lose a friendship. It's another thing to lose half of the universe.
But losing, if they lost all that at the same time, I get it. But they lost it one after another. You can't say that one is bigger than the other when one hasn't happened yet.
It is, but they both happened. We both saw the movies already. They both happened.
No. But I'm saying for them, that's like saying you lose your girlfriend because you break up with her, and then you lose your pet, and it's like, oh, well, I was attached to my pet. It's a big deal. But the pet happened after your girlfriend. You still went through those emotions.
Yeah,
you don't lose those emotions.
But the fate of the world wasn't resting on your damn cat. That's what happened.
The fate of Asgard was resting on Thor.
And
he had to watch it get destroyed.
And then he got hyped and pumped, like you said, and still took another L. That hurts. And then they had a double loss to deal with going into Endgame. You kind of proving my point, but look, I'm sorry. Cap needs to say something.
No, here's what I was going to say. I actually agree 100% with toe tags. That you can't say that inherently the loss and the 5-year gap and all that shit they went through in Endgame was worse was worse than what they did in Infinity War.
How's it not worse? They lost half the universe.
I'm going to completely side with John on this. That is,
they lost half the universe. How is it not more important?
Is gone,
it's one thing to lose your people. It's another to lose half the universe.
But can we? My boy anymore.
I'll tell you right now.
He lost Asgard, and that's your home planet. But then everybody at once loses half the universe.
I'll tell you right now.
Lang lost his daughter.
Yeah, but was that
Hope?
Go ahead, Tags.
Him. Lost all of them. You know what I'm saying? In the shot. But you know what I mean?
I'll tell you right now.
You're talking past tense. I'm talking at the time.
I'm talking about Clint had nothing to do with it, and he lost his family.
No, I'm saying like at the time. At the time. Go ahead.
If tomorrow, sorry.
No.
If tomorrow you tell me that Vin's gone, toe tags is gone, all right? That's gonna fucking affect me.
Sure.
Right? But if the day after you tell me that half the people on this block that I live on died, I don't give a fuck.
You're not taking care of the block, though.
Yeah, you're not a
These people
hero.
are the Avengers.
Your job
The
is to
Avengers-
defend
Their
the
job is
world.
to
That's your
avenge,
job, and your
and
job
the
is to
Avengers are
fight
not
against
taking
this.
care of half the universe.
And still, they were
No.
all, that way was all.
But here's my no.
Everybody was on something.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing though. His example. I leave. He's hurt. The next day, half the block is missing, or half the Bronx is gone. You're telling me that him being hurt, that I left the day before half the Bronx is gone, is null and void? That doesn't matter anymore?
I'm not
That
saying
day that I was gone, he didn't feel anything?
Whatever just happened.
No, but I'm not arguing.
anything.
I'm not arguing which one is bigger. I'm saying at the point when he lost me, he was going through some shit and then had to deal with something. And then half the Bronx is gone. Now he has to deal with that shit again. At the 2 points, he had to deal with something. It's not like he was. It's not like he was in peak physical condition in his prime, ready for anything, and had to fight Thanos. Some shit happened in his life. Now, at the time, that was the greatest thing that happened to him in his life. And then when he snapped his fingers, this was the greatest thing that happened to him in his life. You know what I'm saying? That's where the argument's at. It's not one is better than the other. It's just at the respective times, these are what happened.
Let me tell you then, and because I completely agree. I am going to agree with what you said, that one thing shouldn't be more important than the other. In Infinity War, they were also drained. They had a lot of personal battles that they had to deal with. Sure. But then they also have the responsibility of being superheroes. It's one thing to lose something personal to you. It's another thing to lose something personal to the entire universe when you're the one that's sworn to protect it. You took the responsibility of getting to Thanos and killing Thanos, and you couldn't do it. I'm not saying I agree, and I will retract my statement. When I'm not going to retract my statement, I would say that it is just as important what they went through in Infinity War, the same thing that they did in Endgame. But brother, in between those 5 years, not only did they lose their people, their friendship, they also lost the mission, bro. The mission was to kill Thanos before he snapped, and they didn't get to do that. So they have to, so in fact, in a way, we're kind of feeding each other's arguments in a weird way, because not only did they had to do with the loss in Infinity War, then they had to do with the loss at the end of Infinity War, and then that's how they start the movie. So they took double L's and they failed the mission.
No, well, to be honest with you,
why
I don't
downplay this? Understand?
No,
these guys are heroes.
I don't think
heroes. You guys are looking at it too
No.
personal. You talking about losing the y'all ain't the Avengers.
No, but hold up. No, you know why that's a good example? Because think about it.
You're not the Avengers.
No, you know why this is a good example?
I don't gotta worry about
think about this though. Think about this. Who did these people lose? Half the universe, right? But what was the most important thing to Clint? Get Black Widow back, right? And then all of them, you know, when she died to get that snap, they wanted her back, right? Iron Man lost Spider-Man, which was kind of like his little brother and shit like that. He had a daughter. And in all honesty, he wasn't willing to give up his life for those people. So he didn't give a shit at one point or another. He made terms with that. Cap lost Bucky again. These people lost Black Panther. They lost their people. Those are the ones that were giving a shit.
That's
no,
personal, though,
they were
bro.
the ones that they gave a shit about. No, they don't. Because
yes, you do.
No,
what do you mean? You lost half the universe.
Thor went into depression because he lost Asgard, and he couldn't kill the guy that took everything away from them.
So they double lost.
He failed
the mission. Thor. Listen, bro. You're so busy trying to make it more. You're so busy trying to make it personal to me. This has not had nothing to do personal to me. What I'm saying, Thor took a double loss, but Iron Man could give a shit. He wasn't sitting there depressed about fucking Spider-Man. Yeah, he's like, oh man, it's fucked up. He's gone, but he's gone.
He wasn't depressed about Spider-Man?
When he first landed, he said, we lost the kid.
The first thing he said was, we lost the kid.
And then 5 years later, what you said, 5 years later, he had a daughter, he had a wife, he had a life that he stood by himself. He was happy. He didn't want to sacrifice that to go back in time and snap again. Those were the words that he used.
Yeah. So what does that mean?
The only person that actually really gave a shit about doing something about it was Ant-Man, and he wasn't even there. Ant-Man was the one thinking of ways to go back in time and rectify the shit.
So when they went and found Thanos, that means they didn't give a shit?
Yeah, because what were they
Whoa,
done?
whoa. So when they went to find Thanos, when they thought this is the first way they can get that glove back to reverse anything, they didn't give a shit? Because that's the point of going to find Thanos. See if he still had the glove, even though he had used Infinity Gauntlet to destroy themselves.
Conversation too spicy, y'all. My bad.
No,
I keep getting kicked out. I don't know what's happening.
Thor went there to kill Thanos.
All right, Thor did, but the rest of the team went there to get that.
All right. So
you understand what I'm saying?
I'm gonna put it to you this
to get
way.
their people
back.
If
I'm wrong. If I'm wrong about that part, please tell me I'm wrong.
No. I'm not telling.
I want to know. I just want to know.
This isn't a right or wrong.
No. Whoa, we're doing this, which I love, by the way, because no one necessarily is wrong. It's just the way you view it.
Yeah.
Right.
So, no, you're not wrong.
No,
it's just the way we view it. Yeah. I was talking about that point of the mission.
So
that's what I'm saying.
That point. You gotta wholeheartedly look at that and know they know that that's a false promise.
Oh, that's blind hope. That's blind hope.
Yeah.
That was purely blind hope. Like, we hope he still has it because nobody could detect it.
Here's the thing.
So
here's the thing. As a former military member, right? They drill in us that we are protecting the nation. But if you ask every military member who they're really protecting while they're serving, the answer is always my family. The answer is not everybody in Calabasas, California, everybody in Laredo, Texas, everybody in the Bronx, New York. If we fail, so here's the thing, right? If
you lose it. Wait, I've never been in the military, so I can't. I don't want to like comment to this and disrespect anybody who's actively serving. I think the point of, and this is just the point of a soldier, is to come back to the family. And but at the end of the day, you win in wars to protect the freedoms of the nation that you're fighting for. No.
Yes, that's
what the nation used them for.
That's the overarching. Thing. Okay. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I did not join to protect. And this is gonna sound like an asshole statement, but I don't mean it this way.
No, it's not, because you did it.
I didn't join to make sure that you, Lay, and Show were 100% safe the whole time. Yes, that is my mission, to make sure that America as a whole is safe. But my personal motivations to join had nothing to do with anybody else that didn't have the last name Aviles or Gonzalez.
So if you were to go to war and lose that war, you wouldn't have felt bad about that?
Here's my thing. Yes, you feel bad that you lost the war.
Yeah.
But what did Thor want to do? Thor didn't care that half the universe was gone. He cared he couldn't pull the trigger. Iron Man didn't care half the universe was gone. We missed the kid. We lost the kid, as you so pointed out.
I don't know. I think it's unfair to say that the Avengers did not care about losing half the universe. I think that's very unfair.
There's a difference, dude. As a normal human being, there's a difference when you hear a wrestler dies. There's a difference from going, shit, that fucking sucks, and being in fucking tears because you know him personally. There's a stark difference between going, fuck, we lost and all these people fucking died, versus I'm here because I knew somebody in planet 347G in this galaxy who fuck. They don't know that, dude. The loss of that every what I'm saying is every hero had a personal reason to get back in the fight, to bring everybody back. They were not one hero went, I'm only here to bring back half the people. And if you turn around and tell Cap, Bucky's not coming back, Sam's not coming back.
You think he's not gonna fight to bring everyone else back? Is that what you're trying to say?
No. What I'm trying to say is, if you tell Cap that the people he cares most about are not coming back, but the people on Earth, the closest shit to him, the only fucking planet that they agreed to do something about if something jumped off, because they didn't agree to do shit on any other planet. If you told them everybody on here is gonna die, not coming back, but you could save planet 452, maybe, because we have a half-ass plan.
They'll do it. They'll do it. That is
Only
the Avengers.
because
They'll do it because it's the mission. That's the thing. We're not heroes. None
Dude,
of us are heroes. They're heroes. They
how
have to
fucking
put that
hard do
burden
you
on
think
them.
they're gonna fight?
I mean, as much as hard as they can.
Didn't Star-Lord think his wife wasn't coming back? And he,
Dude, I'm
They didn't-
telling you right now.
Star-Lord wouldn't have fought.
I'm
yeah,
telling you
that's what
right
I'm
now.
saying.
Yeah.
A superhero.
Sure, I want to
A
hear from you after
superhero,
this.
Yeah, they would go and help out if they really gave a shit. If they really gave a shit, the only one who gives a shit. Let's put it this way. Perfect example. The only one who actually cared was Captain Marvel. Because every time she left, she said the other planets don't have an Avengers. And
Yeah.
every time she left, what did the Avengers say? Where the fuck is this bitch going? How come
Yeah.
she wasn't here? You waited until now to call her out?
But
Every
then,
single one of them said
but
that.
then Rocket,
Why?
but then
Because
Rocket
they all had
Raccoon.
a selfish reason to do something. I'm not saying that they're not gonna do what they do. Like
I don't
his
know.
thing.
I don't
If
know.
I didn't have,
I think you guys are not perceiving that well. At the end of the day, these are the Avengers.
No,
Everyone
no.
has a personal. Everyone has a personal reason to fight. But to sit there and say that the Avengers didn't care about bringing everybody back, I think that's a fucking stretch.
No, but their motivation for Rocket Raccoon, his motivation was to bring back his team. You
Well,
know,
yeah,
like we're gonna get everybody back, but the most important people to me need to come back also.
yeah, but it's also, but that's the thing. That's the thing about being a hero. It's about balancing that. It's about the personal, and it's about the overall point of the mission. It could
But
be
what
a
I'm
personal
saying
reason. It could be a personal reason for coming back, but they still lost. Even though they fought for personal reasons, they still lost. They're the Avengers. This is the title that they've taken upon themselves, the protectors of Earth. And even if they don't care about the other people and the other millions of planets that they lost, they still care about the people that they lost on Earth. You know, Captain America says it when he's holding that focus group. He's like, you know, we still gotta like live,
Yeah.
even after everything that happens. We still gotta live because at the end of the day, Thanos should have just killed all of us. So
I
it
agree.
definitely hurt him to
Cap-
lose half of the universe. It
No,
hurt
no.
him.
I agree. That's why I added Earth as people they gave a shit about.
Yeah.
Because I agree that again, you keep saying that they're heroes. Yeah.
They're
Not one single fucking member other than Captain Marvel has ever said on film, "Oh, we're guarding everybody, every single life that we know of." They've all said, "We're the Avengers. If something happens on Earth, we avenge it." That's what Tony said in the first one.
Yeah. But
So
okay.
the rest of the galaxy, although it is a loss, the rest of the galaxy is not a concern as
Oh.
much.
Okay, you know what? I'll give you that. But still, we're in Earth. They still lost half of Earth.
Yeah, I'm not saying it. That's why I put Earth in the category that he would give a shit.
Okay, but still, like, I don't know. For you guys, I get it that everyone has their personal reasons for joining the fight. But at the end of the day,
No,
they're
not-
Avengers. This is what they do. They've been trying to avenge. They've been avenging for years at that point.
Show me, go bring up the movie and show me one character in that movie, in that final fight or leading up to fighting Thanos 2014. Show me one of them that didn't have a personal reason to grab the gauntlet and bring everybody back. Show me the one guy who was like, "I'm just here because half the universe died. I'm not here to bring
Okay.
anybody back."
Okay, okay. So stay with that point right there. Obviously, after they lost and they build a life 5 years later, clearly there's certain things that had to happen there. But who was really trying to bring back anything? Because Tony was real cool. He's like, look, we're bringing back everybody, but you're not erasing nothing. Clint was probably the only one that wanted that. Who did Nat want to bring back? Nat was just
Nat was
busy.
dead.
Nat what?
Nat's dead at this time.
Well, we're talking about the beginning of Endgame. She's not dead. At the beginning of Endgame,
You're talking about the motivation for the time heist?
No, what I'm saying is at the beginning of, because you said who didn't have a personal reason, right? And their personal reasons came after. I mean, Thor at the beginning of Infinity War lost Asgard, and his brother, he was gonna try and kill Thanos with everything he had. Sure, I'll give you that. But if we go to Endgame, at this point, it wasn't personal reasons to bring people back. Tony didn't want to bring anybody back. He wanted to make sure people stayed. The only person that really wanted to bring somebody back was Clint. You know, Hulk went and took his
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man, Ant-Man lost Hank Pym in them, but
And his daughter.
yeah, but
No, his daughter was still alive.
his
Oh,
daughter
yeah,
was
sorry.
still alive.
But Hope, he lost Hope.
He lost hope. He lost hope
Yeah.
and Pym and
Yeah.
Pym. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry,
But
sorry.
hold on. But at
He
the
lost
end of the
hope.
day, let's look at Nat. Look, Nat was driving herself insane with this loss. She was trying to keep the whole thing together. Yo, even Okoye tells her, like, yo, we had a disturbance underwater. She's like, yo, so how are we gonna handle it? She's like, Nat, chill. We don't handle that. That's not what we do. She is trying her hardest to do right by everybody.
Yes,
For you.
but now
She's
here's
trying to bring the
thing.
team back.
Wait, that's a person?
No, she's not trying to bring. How's she going to bring the team back? They had no idea that they could get the stones and bring anybody back at that point. She's trying to keep order and still be an Avenger and still do this job that she has set up to do from the beginning of time, where she found herself, where she found the family. The point was to still try to continue and be heroes. That's what she was trying to do.
But now to my point, what did Okoye tell her? Dude, we don't handle that shit. It's a fucking earthquake. What did everybody was telling her, yo.
I mean, yo,
good.
okay, but you're misinterpreting
Nobody else
that.
was giving a shit. Like,
You're misinterpreting that, bro, because what she's saying, that's a disturbance underwater. She's like, bro, we're not fucking scientists. We're the Avengers. We're here to beat people up.
Hold up.
We don't know what's going on.
Time
It was
out.
a water disturbance. It wasn't an earthquake. It was a disturbance underwater.
yeah.
But-
And
So
she
we're
said,
not here. We're not
she's-
here for disturbances underwater. But 50 million people on the planet we don't know. That's
because
our
brother,
problem.
because the way Okoye is saying that, it's like, yo, that's natural. She doesn't think it's an enemy threat. You're perceiving that wrong, brother. What she's trying to say is like, yo, that's not an enemy threat, man. Like, we still have paramedics and we still have people around that still handle that stuff. We don't need to handle it. That's a disturbance. Like, they didn't even know. Like, no one said that was a bad guy. That was people theorizing that was Nomad, I think.
Namor.
Namor.
So let me ask you this.
But at the end of the day, it's the ways that she's perceiving that is like, yo, Nat, like, my
So
nigga,
let me ask you this then.
we're the Avengers. We're not.
So you have to cap.
Okay. Let me ask you this. So if that's the case, right? And there were no more threats on Earth, and Natasha was trying to hold shit together, why come nobody joined Captain Marvel when she was going to other planets to try to help out?
Because
How
she's
come
always,
nobody fucking volunteered to help her?
because she's always in space. And Rhodey wasn't there. Rocket
Yeah,
Raccoon wasn't there at the time because they were all. Okoye was
But you
somewhere
just
else.
told me
They all
that you cared
hologram.
about the people in space that died. So
You
how come
said-
nobody went to go help her?
Because, bro, that's Captain Marvel. She doesn't need help, and there were still people that needed things to be done on Earth.
But hold up.
Exactly.
And we didn't
I'm saying
know. We didn't
that
know
they
where
don't-
Rocket. Hold on. We didn't know where Rocket Raccoon was when they were all talking on the hologram. We didn't know where Rocket Raccoon was. We didn't know where Okoye was at the time. We didn't even know where Rhodey was at the time.
Yo, hold up, real
Frank
quick,
was in Wakanda.
real quick.
Okay, where was Rhodey?
DC.
Where was Rocket Raccoon? Rocket Raccoon was probably in space holding it down too. Come
Real-
on, bro.
real
It's
quick,
just-
So
I
one
wanna-
person went to go help out Captain Marvel of all these heroes that all of a sudden now are responsible for the entire universe.
Can they even go to space?
I want
Again,
to hear from
The
Cap.
reason why I'm saying
I mean
they
from
bring
Show real quick.
the people in space dying.
I
Yes,
have nothing
it's a
to say.
loss, but it's
Alright,
not a loss
alright.
that impacts us fully. It
Hold up.
impacts
Okay,
them fully.
But I gave you that. I gave you that point. I said, forget about the other universes. They still need to worry about the
Cabs.
500,000 people they lost on Earth.
Cabs. Here's the thing though. What you just described was Natalia not knowing who she was when she just found Natasha not knowing who she was when she just found both of her families. So she's trying to fill that hole. So you're telling me that when there was a chance to go back in time and undo what Thanos did, she wouldn't fight harder for the people, for the two families she just lost that she found?
First
Before
of
then?
all, we didn't know about the two families yet. You just got that from Black Widow. So let's just
No.
point that out.
But she knew about it. We don't need to know about it. She knew about it.
Well, you wouldn't have made that point had you not seen Black Widow. So let's just say that.
I would have made the point for the one family because we knew she was
though.
a family with
She said it though. She
with the
said it. She was
Avengers.
like, but she says it. She was like, she says it. She was like, if we have a chance to go back and fix everything, we owe it to everybody who is not in this room to do so.
half the universe is not in that room.
Half the
Exactly
universe
my
is in that
point.
room.
Yes, and the other
Half
Avengers,
universe would've
the
been
other
in that
Avengers
room
that
if
would have been in
Thanos
there.
snapped.
So their motivation was the other Avengers and their family.
Okay, but it was also the. Are you trying to tell me that these heroes didn't have the rest of the universe in mind, just their own friends to come back? Is that what y'all saying?
Yo,
Answer
bro,
the question.
let me
Is that what
ask
you're saying?
you a question.
Answer the question.
Stop.
That's not what they're saying, bro.
Stop.
They
If
Hey,
you're
wouldn't
telling
fight the
me-
same.
Bro, if you're telling me that that's the point, like literally that only their family members is the point, then I don't know shit about heroes. I'm
Yeah,
just putting it
man.
out there.
If that's
I'm
the
just- I'm
only
telling you the truth.
motivation,
I'm telling you the
then I
truth.
don't know.
I've read comic books all my life the wrong
That
way.
is a motive.
And I'm not saying anybody's right or wrong. I'm just saying is if that's a point somebody's leading to, I don't know shit about.
And I agree with you that it was, they had multiple.
Meanwhile,
motivations.
when Lois Lane
I'm
died,
saying that
Superman
family
destroyed the whole
is
planet.
the stronger motivation for getting everybody back. Not only the fact that they lost, because Cap was already like, yo, fuck it, we gotta move on.
You're right.
So
But
once
I'm
they
not.
found out that they could bring back their family and their people,
Who was
I mean,
Doctor Strange?
everybody else
fighting?
is a byproduct.
You don't mind me asking.
Everybody
That's
else
that.
Who
that's
is
a-
Doctor Strange?
That's
What?
That's a real.
Well,
messed
Doctor
up way to
Strange
look
was
at
a
heroes.
race with
Who was
the
Doc-
That's
who
a
was
real
Doc-
messed up way to look at
he was a
heroes.
race with the snap, so
I don't know.
he wasn't bringing back nobody.
That's a real cynical look. But
That's a
man,
real
No, but-
cynical
you
look at
feeling
heroes.
that-
But look,
that's
I
how you
agree
feel,
with you.
brother?
No, hold on.
No, let me
I agree with
ask you a
y'all.
question.
I agree with you. I agree with y'all that family and bringing their own people back was also the motivation. But that's the thing about heroes. And I say this about Spider-Man all the time. Spider-Man always picks the neighborhood first over Aunt May, over Mary Jane. And maybe, and I'm not going to say, look, we cannot sit here and like say that they didn't have their own motivations. Of course they have their own motivations. But to say that they don't care about everyone else, maybe they don't know all these people on other planets, but they know that they need to reverse what Thanos did. Whatever the end product of that is, they understand that they need to go back and finish the
Yeah.
mission.
Hold up,
That's an
hold up.
Afterthought.
Hold up,
The other planets is an
Time
afterthought.
time
I
out,
don't
time
think
out.
so, man. That's a real cynical way to look
No,
at
no,
it.
no, no, no,
Hey,
no.
listen, man.
Because
I know exactly what it sounds like.
I know what you're
And that's,
saying.
I know what you're saying, but
I
that's
just don't
exactly
agree.
what it sounds
Hold
like.
up.
I'm telling you the honest truth.
but
That is a very cynical thing to
If
say.
you
I'm
wanna-
not saying that's what you're meaning, but that's the way it's coming off.
no, but if you want to go into like real life type shit, when we go into war, what happened? When we went into Pearl Harbor happened because we had to go avenge those people that died. 9/11, all that other shit. We went into those wars. But what I'm saying is the motivation is stronger for, let's say you go into like let's say you're in Raw, right? And your kid goes somewhere and a whole group of people get detained, right, by terrorists or whatever the case may be. Now your shit is on some, yo, my kid's in that group.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you don't want no one to get hurt, but your main focal point is nothing better happen to my fucking kid,
Of course, 100%.
right? Now, I understand you're not a hero, you're not Thor or nothing, but when you are a hero and you lost your whole team and you have a chance to bring them back, your motivation would be stronger. To like, it would be one of those, I can get back Spider-Man, or I can get back Sam, I can get back these people that died, these good people that died, because I know them.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
But the
It's
only
not
thing
to
that I'm
say that
saying-
they're
I
any
agree-
less.
I agree with what you're saying, but my thing is the inverse. I think when you're a hero, you think of the mission first, and I think your peoples come after that. When you're a hero, that is the choice. That is the choice that you make when you're a hero. The world, the universe, your mission as a hero becomes first. Now, granted, I got a kid. I actually have a child. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah,
So I understand where you're coming from. But at the end of the day, for example, okay, since you guys want to use real world examples, let's use a real world example. Let's say I am a cop. Someone grabs my son as a ransom. So you need to show up here, blah, blah, blah. And I have a whole bunch of other fucking people here, and I could just blow them all up in one shot, and your son is part of that, God forbid. But I am not gonna go in there guns blazing and let my crazy motivation get in the way of me messing up the mission and potentially messing up everything. So that's the thing. We cannot put ourselves in these hero shoes. That's why we have conflicting.
But what would your mission be?
My mission would be to get everybody out of there safe. I can't prioritize my son over everyone and potentially fuck up the entire mission.
I want to ask you a difficult question, and I know I'm gonna sound like a dick. I don't intend to.
Of course, now we have. I'm having a great time.
No, I hear you, but this
don't
could
let
be.
Me, don't no, let no, me no, no. My voice say otherwise.
No, I feel you. But this gonna be a personal question. But I'm just saying. So that same scenario.
Yeah.
You save everyone but your son.
So then, how does that happen? You know what I'm saying? Is it because I let my best? Is because I let my emotions get to me? Is it because I went for him? If I went for him first, so why did that happen?
You follow
everybody else would die.
You follow protocol.
Yeah.
And it just so happened your son died.
That's my job, right? If like, for example, if Europe, I would be distraught. I would be destroyed. But at the end of the day, my superiors wouldn't just let me run in there guns blazing either, would they?
No.
But
they wouldn't. And if I did do that, and let's say I did do that, and I saved my son, but everyone else is dead. I got my son, but I lost the mission. My son is more important than that mission, 100%. But I still lost the mission.
So here's the thing, right?
I mean, like
to bring the cop thing in, right? So if you're a cop in this scenario, you took a vow to protect and serve.
Yeah.
Right? To be a hero. Right?
Yeah.
A bank gets robbed. You're in Miami right now, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. A bank gets robbed in El Paso, Texas. Why aren't you there stopping it?
Because it's not my jurisdiction, because I'm not an Avenger, because I work within the law. The Avengers could do whatever they want, bro. Come on, next point, please. Next point.
No.
Hold on.
Dude, hold on. Okay, so it's not your jurisdiction, blah, blah, blah. Cool.
Yeah.
4 people die in a shootout in Chicago. You're sad, right?
Yeah, of course.
As a cop, you lost the mission. People died.
That's not my mission. That's Chicago PD's mission. I live in Miami. I can't be over there. I'm not a superhero. If I was a superhero, I would have tried to gone over there because I can fly and get there in 10 seconds. So that's exactly my point.
Here's the thing.
Exactly my point.
No, it's not, because they cannot fly in 10 seconds and get to a fucking another planet. So it's not their jurisdiction.
So that's why nobody goes back with Captain Marvel. You keep proving my point.
Yo, show wants to say we're going in circles.
I'm saying they don't give a fuck about the other people.
That's
all right, yo, guys.
That's messed
up. We're going around in circles. Show, you want to say something?
2 quick questions. I think Cap put it the best when he said he's a soldier. To me, he's a hero, but he doesn't do it.
I'm no
for us.
Man.
You're a hero because in trying to save your family, you are also protecting me. So you might not see it like that, but as you're getting shot at, you're getting shot for your family, but as well for me.
And all of us. That's what I'm trying to say.
You only see it for family.
Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Vietnam. We went in there to protect the Vietnamese. Had nothing to do with us.
Yeah.
We got our asses handed to us. Soldiers were coming back, getting spit on and all that shit for being heroes. Right? Had we not cared about that, or even now, everybody agrees we shouldn't have fucking went in to begin with.
True.
Yeah. The motive wasn't right.
The mission was lost. But in history and in reality, what was the biggest impact? The biggest impact was not on all the Vietnamese. The biggest impact for us
was the ones that came back to all that bullshit. Yeah.
The biggest impact for us as Americans were not the Vietnamese that we lost, even though we do memorialize them and we do feel sorry for them and we tried to help, but we couldn't. But the biggest impact for us is our own soldiers and the shit we put them through. So what I'm saying is, if we can go back in time and prevent that from happening and stop that, yes, we will work our asses off to prevent the war and to prevent everybody from dying.
Yeah.
But my motivation for doing so is not because I'm gonna go back and save the Vietnamese. My motivation is to prevent what happened to our soldiers from happening. And in doing so, yes, I will save everybody else.
Correct.
I'm not picking one or the other. I'm trying to save everybody. My point is that if you think Captain America went in to that fight, if you think Iron Man went into that fight, Thor went into that fight, saying that that Thanos snapping out half of a planet or an entire planet, because we don't know how the 50-50 went out, if snapping out that planet is just as important as my motivation,
I didn't say that.
that is why I say you're wrong, because they want to save everybody anyway.
Yeah.
But the reason Cap keeps fighting is not, I swear to you and I promise you on everything, he is not fighting because the other fucking planets had people die. He is still fighting for the people standing next to him.
Well,
that's why he put his shields up. That's why he kept fighting.
Well, of course. So that's the thing. Now we're going round and round in circles, like Tack said.
So that's where I say they don't give a fuck about the other shit.
I don't think you can say that though. I think that their motivation is valid, and maybe their main motivation might be their own personal straws. But to say they don't care about everybody else, they care. Even if they don't know them, that's your job as a hero. For example, let's go back to the cop thing real quick, and then we'll finish here.
Well, yeah, Shaw has to get a second question out. Go ahead.
My son is in there. My son is in there, so I'm glad I brought that up. My son is in there, and a bunch of other people are in there, and I gotta save everybody. Clearly, a part of me wants to run in there, guns blazing, and fucking shoot everybody and take my son out of there and everybody there. Clearly, my motivation is to get my son out. But does that mean I don't care about everybody else? I think that's wrong to say.
So I'm gonna ask you this. Your son's in there, right, with 15 other people, right? And you don't even have to go on guns blazing. You successfully negotiate the hostage taker down.
Yeah.
You get him to give up. Everybody comes out of the building at once. Who are you running to? The motherfucker you don't know?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna run to. Of course, I'm gonna run to my son. But I'm still.
Yes, you got the people out, but you wanted to get everybody out.
Yes, but that doesn't mean I don't care about them.
And
doesn't mean I don't care about getting everybody safe. I would love to get everybody safe out of there. Of course.
No. Yes, you got everybody safe out. But once everybody's safe, your main concern is who?
Yeah, my son, of course.
Yes, because the guy who's safe, who you just saved, who's gonna go off to his own family, is of none of your concern. Yes, he's a concern when you're trying to get everybody out. But once everybody's safe, he's no longer your concern.
Maybe we just not see that eye to eye. We just not gonna see that eye to eye. We just not gonna see that eye. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that they are more important than my son. I'm saying that I just want everybody to get out. If I got to pick between my son and them, clearly I'm gonna pick my son. But
here's the thing: nobody was picking. They were trying to get everybody back.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, once everybody's back, the other people that you saved are no longer a concern.
Yeah, because the mission's done. I got everybody back.
Hence, they don't fucking care. Because
I don't know. I think that's a very cynical way to look at it. We're never going to agree on that. Let's just move on. We're never going to agree on that.
Show, what was the second question?
About the cop.
Well, he answered it kind of. I was going to say, if you only had a chance to save your son or the group of people with one move, you're going to choose your son.
I'm gonna save my son, but I'm not a hero, and that's exactly my point. Spider-Man would choose the people over his son, guaranteed, because he's done it time and time again. Now, are all the heroes gonna be like that? Like, is Tony Stark gonna be like that? Maybe not.
Tony Stark wouldn't do that.
But this is also Tony Stark, who gave his address to everybody and publicly told people that he's Iron Man and literally endangered everyone around him. So I think that's a bad example.
So here's the thing. Here's a better example, and I don't, just
hold up, time out. Cap. Before you say that, Captain America chose Bucky over everybody.
That's what I was gonna bring up. That's what I was gonna bring up. Cap literally chose Bucky over the Avengers, and Bucky killed this motherfucker's parents. He never told them. He didn't do it. He chose. So, according to your definition, Cap is not a fucking hero. Then, if he's not a hero, he's on my side. He don't give a fuck about the other people, and he's only fighting to get back the Earth.
No,
people.
but what I'm saying is that just because he cares so much about Bucky doesn't mean he doesn't give a fuck about anyone else. He literally wrote the letter to Steve. He wrote the letter to Iron Man at the end. It was like, look, at the end of the day, this is my dog. This is the only piece that connects me back to this. I tried to tell ya that he was under control. He was under my control, and all y'all wanted to do was fuck him up. At the end of the day, he didn't break up from the Avengers, like you said. He broke up from Iron Man because Iron Man was the real problem. It had nothing to do with everybody else. He didn't choose Bucky over the world. He chose Bucky over Iron Man. Let's get it real. Let's get it real.
No. He chose Bucky over everybody else.
The entire
Bucky
world.
over Iron Man.
So wait, what kind of implications was saving Bucky, who was already out of the
he chose.
What did that have to do against the world? What did that have to do against the world?
No, because
He chose Bucky over Iron Man and the country.
They went into hiding, and because they went into hiding, who showed up and fucking killed everybody? Thanos, because they weren't together. Tony, the first thing Tony says when he comes back from space in Endgames is, Cap, you're a fucking liar. You said we would lose as a team.
They did lose as a team. They just lost in different places.
Well, not to Iron Man.
Iron Man, they didn't lose as a team.
Iron Man didn't know that. Fucking Captain was also going through his own struggle down here. They was in Wakanda getting busy.
So
but there's your implication of him choosing Bucky. Half the world, half the fucking universe died.
Yo, so we got off track because the question was if the other villains were stronger, would it have made Thanos look stronger? And then we got into all this stuff.
So my answer again is no, for the simple reason that if you look at how strong Thanos is, dude, they're gonna have to come up with some fucking bananas thing for Kang to do to be just as big a threat as Thanos. If Doctor Doom shows up, they're either gonna have to scale shit back or come up with an even bigger bananas fucking thing to make him just as big as a threat.
Yeah, but aren't we in the Celestials and Eternals era now?
Kang is not any one of those. Kang is just a fucking man.
He's a scientist who knows how to time travel. Really, no. Thanos will put it on him.
No, I know. I'm just saying. So it wouldn't have made Thanos look stronger if they were stronger.
No. So here's the thing, right? If you're paying bills, right, and you have a $600 bill, and another $600 bill, and another $600 bill, at a certain point you're gonna be like, all right, I got these fucking bills coming in. You're not stressing over the bill. You're not stressing over a bill. You're stressing over all of it. But if you're like, I got a $50 bill, a $50 bill, and a $600 bill coming, you're like, yo, what the fuck am I gonna do about the $600 bill?
Yeah.
Having other shit that's just as equal doesn't make the other one stronger. It makes the other one so much similar that you're like, yo, we already took care of 4 people down here that are gonna destroy the planet. What's another one?
I agree.
I have one question. If Captain America could reverse the entire snap by giving up Bucky, you're telling me he doesn't give up Bucky?
Nope.
Easily.
Well, here's the thing.
Because we're comparing this Bucky thing, but I don't think the weight was the same.
Who else comes back? Sam comes back. People that matter to Tony come back. People that matter.
I'm
not asking who comes back.
No, but
right now.
All right.
He's talking about the sacrifice itself.
Is Bucky is Bucky still alive and he has to sacrifice himself, or is it Bucky's dead and he had to make the choice himself?
No. Bucky was snapped. But I'm trying to put a hypothetical out there. That's all. It's only hypothetical.
Inherently, all right, if Bucky doesn't come back, but Steve can bring back people for Iron Man, as in Spider-Man. If he can bring back Gamora, yes, he will do it. But if you're going to tell me that, if you're going to tell Steve that Bucky and everybody he knows never comes back, the people of Earth don't come back, but the people everywhere else do, there's a fucking chance he might be like, I already told these people we got to move on.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I think he'll still do it anyway. I think Captain America will still do it. But
says the man who destroyed half the universe because he chose his friend over his team.
Well,
this man's name is. You know that's this guy. So
don't say that. Man. No, you're gonna pull a muscle reaching that hard, bro.
Show. What you had to say?
No, it wasn't. It. What Captain America did with Bucky did not lead to the snap. Come on, man.
Yo,
Cap, be nice. Cap.
Bleaks has a question, but Show wants to say something. Show.
I was gonna disagree with you on if you make everybody else stronger, it makes Thanos stronger. Because I was gonna give you an example, and I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna make sense. But if every boxer was as strong as Mike Tyson, does that make Mike Tyson stronger?
No.
I'm
not. I'm talking about perception-wise.
Yeah.
Like I said, I might have not made sense, but go ahead.
No, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like perception-wise, you know.
No,
yeah.
Dude,
like a guy that beats nothing but former champions and loses to the champion, and then a guy that beats no one but loses to the champion. The champion looks like a more badass because he's like, yo, he beat this guy that beat all these champions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. But I understand what you're saying, Show.
But here's the thing, in movie terms, for people like Show and for people who don't know comics, if every fucking movie is a guy who's gonna snap half the universe out,
I'm not saying that's strong.
No, but to people who don't know, they're gonna perceive it, as you said, perception. They're gonna perceive it as, of course, this is just another motherfucker like the last fucking 10 movies.
Right.
That's why I think when everybody says Marvel has a villain problem, I personally don't think they do. I think people are missing the point of the movie.
I think they got better in time with villains for sure. And like even Mandarin and Shang-Chi, I think what Marvel started doing is like giving these people like a real reason to be a villain. For example, look at Thor 2. What's the weird elf guy? He just wants to watch the world burn.
Malekith.
Yeah, he just wants Malekith. There you go. He just wants to be an asshole to be an asshole. But you know, Thanos actually has a pretty decent way. It's funny. I saw a meme that said, "Hey Thanos, why don't you just use the stones to make more resources?" You know what I'm saying? Because his whole thing is, there isn't enough resources. Take care of everybody. So I'm stepping away half people. They're like, why don't you just make more resources? It's a meme. It's funny, but
you know that I actually saw a video saying that those stones cannot create, like matter or like life or some shit like that.
They could only take it away.
Yeah, they could only take away matter.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, I get it.
It's just a funny meme.
Yeah.
But to go back to the question, I don't think that beefing up everybody is going to inherently make Thanos or make the next villain stronger. But what it does do, Toe, that I will give you is hype everybody up. Like, oh man, this guy was brawling before. Damn, this guy got to be dope the next time. Is that what you're trying to go for?
Yeah.
Where if you see a strong villain, you're like, man, the next dude got to be. And I think in a way it is working because we see Thanos. And now we see Kang coming, and everybody's like, oh, man, Kang is that dude. Kang is going to be worse than Thanos, but he really isn't.
Well, now everybody's now trying to figure out what set that beacon off. And they're thinking either it's Fing Fang Foom or Galactus or whatever.
Can we talk about Shang-Chi right quick?
We can, but I want to bring up this point real quick. Now, if they would have brought these guys to their ability from the comics, because in the comics, isn't Ronan the Accuser a badass mother? You know, like he a strong dude, and like Cap said, Doom did all this other stuff, but the Red Skull was a badass dude. You know, Hydra played a big part in some of these movies, but you know they were easily destroyed. They were more thing in Shield than they were in Agents of Shield, the TV show, than they were in the movies. It's like I understand it's just a movie that you could go through and not a TV show, but if they were as strong as they were in the comics, in the movies, wouldn't that have made the hype of Thanos, like, yo, how badass is this? And then when Thanos beats the shit out of the Hulk, because the Hulk did his thing against a big ass bad guy already, and like, hold up, Thanos, how strong is Thanos? Instead of saying, yo, you just made the Hulk a bitch. Because technically the Hulk really didn't show his potential or didn't really beat up a dude that was Thanos level in our eyes before we see Thanos.
It's all perception. I get what you're saying. Trust me, I've gotten it from the beginning. But it is also that perception. But yo, please answer Bleak's question directed at Cap.
Yeah, the Deviants not top tier.
Wait, what?
Are the Deviants not top tier?
tier.
Bad guys, top tier villains that could be replacing Thanos.
No, so all right. So here's the thing. So the Celestials, they first made the Deviants, but then when they were defective, then they created the Eternals. So yeah, the Deviants are top tier, but the Deviants are really an Eternals problem. They really haven't been a problem for everybody else
Until now.
Yeah, but even now, the Eternals are not gonna, like, the next villain is not gonna be some fucking deviant dude for the Avengers to fight.
Technically, we had half a deviant already, but
so
Thanos is half a deviant apparently.
no, Thanos has the deviant gene.
The deviant gene, yeah.
So,
Yeah. So that's
What kind of a
slightly
deviant?
different. Huh?
Still kind of a deviant, but not enough the Eternals have a problem with him.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
It's
I like
essentially-
the way they do that. It's like a little, we can get around that.
but
yeah.
it's essentially like me having blue eyes. That
Yeah.
technically means somebody in my family was an albino.
Was a deviant.
But I'm not a fucking albino.
Have deviant gene.
You got the deviant gene. That's why you got the blue eyes. Yo, give me that deviant fucking gene.
Word.
Dude,
Oh.
you don't want this, man. If
Why?
With great power comes great
With
responsibility.
Power, that's what I'm saying. With great power comes great responsibility. I was gonna say that shit.
I'll tell you right now, if a breeze hits, I fucking tear up like I just watched The Notebook. If the sun's a little too bright, I can't fucking see shit.
For real? That's what happens.
Blue eyes are more sensitive to shit than brown eyes.
Really?
I'll take it.
See that I didn't know.
I'll deal with the
You
problem.
don't know how many times in high school I would turn a corner, a breeze would hit, and all of a sudden, I'm like, oh my God, I'm fucking in tears now.
Oh my God, my life is so hard with these blue eyes. Oh my
Word,
God.
Trust, I had to grow up with that
If
shit.
if I have to live a blind life to have blue eyes, well then you know what? We're gonna do the no.
Yo,
Amen.
I did not know that. I did not know that they make your eyes more sensitive. I have
I had no idea, yeah.
no idea.
One, I don't want to walk around looking like I'm listening to Aventura every fucking 10 seconds, bro.
Yeah. They do gloss up a little bit. They do.
What's
gloss
wrong with
up.
that? I listen to Aventura. What's wrong
Dude,
with that?
for
But
me
you wear
personally,
glasses 24/7.
these blue eyes have never helped me do a fucking thing. So,
Nah, you know the chicks dig them though.
Not that you don't know.
Bullshit.
I mean,
so name one chick that fucking dug it, because not even Natasha did.
When we was growing up, those two bitches that wouldn't even listen to me when we was talking. But that's
Word.
neither here nor there. Yo, and if you're listening, by the way, go fuck yourself.
No names.
I don't know their names. I don't know their names. I don't know their names.
No names.
I don't know their names, but they can go fuck themselves. You know who you are, fucking bitch.
you
Show.
whore.
Word.
That was so personal.
Are we gonna do a fuck you bitch podcast? Because I'm not gonna be here
Yo,
for that.
the Toe and the Show got that on Fridays.
Yeah,
Toe and the
yeah.
show on Fridays.
Yeah, we got that.
We got the fuck you bitch tour
That's
coming.
a Friday show. If you ever hear it, or you ever see it, that's definitely a Friday show.
Yeah.
Okay.
We go all kinds of,
okay.
we go everywhere.
Yeah, for real.
That's the Toe and Show. That's
Yeah.
the Toe and Show.
The Toe and the Show.
I'm gonna come around for that and see
Yeah.
what kind of hijinks we
Yeah.
get into. I'm gonna come around for that.
Yo, last Friday we was talking about women in relationships and the friend zone and all that other shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
man,
yo,
it's gonna
Bleak
be
said
interesting.
try being 6'3". It doesn't do shit for him.
I don't
Yo,
know,
it doesn't
man.
do shit for
you
me either.
lying.
Bleak,
You know
I
what
think
that
I'm doing it
sounds
wrong.
like, bro?
I've seen
You know
it
what that sounds
personally.
like?
When I
It
heard
sounds
the
like you
story,
can't
that
fit in
fucking works.
you can't fit in a normal bed. Sounds like you gotta get a bigger bed.
So then,
Word.
Yo, I got friends of mine 6'6", they be on some like, yo, I fucking hate beds, bro. I gotta get like one of those love seat shits to like put under his feet so it could be normal.
okay, but in
Nah,
the
damn.
same, but in the same regard, if you sit on a stool and you can swing your legs, that's also a problem. You know.
It
right?
is. It
There's
is.
no
No,
women.
that's
There's
So
no
let me ask
women.
you a question.
I can
So let
sit
me
on
ask
the
you a question.
floor and swing my legs.
Exactly.
Cap, let me ask you a question there. What do you think is more useless, being 6'3" or having the blue eyes?
More useless?
Blue
Yeah.
eyes.
Blue eyes.
Yeah, because being tall helps.
Hell yeah.
But at the very least, you can reach shit. You know what I mean?
Word.
You could be CEOs. You could be presidents. You could play basketball.
Here's the thing, right? Somebody sees somebody who's 6'3", and man, or let's say 6'3", 6'6", man or woman, everybody turns around and goes,
It's a
"God damn, that
showstopper.
dude's tall," and they
It's a
clock him
showstopper.
the entire time.
Yeah, it's a
Me, blue
showstopper.
eye, people have looked at me and went, "Oh, you got nice eyes, cool," and that's it. That's the fucking end of it. Nothing ever comes of it.
It's a little
Everybody
moment.
goes their separate ways. Nobody cares where I'm at. I've been invisible more often than not.
With the blue eyes. We're going to start a GoFundMe to recolor your eyes.
Word. To take your eyes and give them to me,
No.
and then we're gonna
You know
put my
why?
regular shit in the oat.
You know why I would never recolor these eyes? Even if having blue eyes would cause me to lose my dick,
Keyword.
Damn.
I would never recolor my eyes. Do you know why? My mother gave me these eyes.
Facts,
Oh.
I
Yo.
respect that. That's the realest shit you said.
Yo.
That I'll give you. Yeah.
Yo,
If
Bleak.
mama have blue eyes,
But
Bleak-
what happened to
Bleak-
you, Tom?
Yo, Bleak said Cap is
Yeah.
lying. When we hang out, they always talk about his eyes.
Bullshit.
What's Cap's nickname in your phone, Bleak? With
Blue eyes.
No. Yo, he can't put that shit
No,
on.
what, yo, put it on the stream, Bleak. What's his
Nah,
nickname on your phone?
Text
Yo.
it to toe. Text it to toe.
But
don't do that. Put it out there.
but you know what happened to me? Dude, I was the Danny DeVito in the twin situation.
Yep.
No.
He ain't get shit.
Dude, for
So
real,
You telling me I'm all the crap and garbage?
pretty much.
Oh, that's a fucked
don't
up
got
scene,
hair,
bro.
Nah, nah, nah,
Yeah,
nah.
that is a
I got-
fucked up scene.
Nah,
bro.
yeah, it is. I got-
I remember the first time I saw that, I was like, "Yo, please kill that dude, bro."
I got
Like
all my
murder that
grandma's
nigga.
traits from my father's side. That's what happened to me.
It's funny because you guys do look alike, but you can tell that, like there is big differences. Like my brother and I are damn near twins, but we're not twins. You know what I mean? Like we even fucking speak the same. It's nuts. But you guys, although you look alike, you can definitely see the differences 100%.
You know, it's funny when we was growing up.
Beautiful eyes and you don't.
Yeah. Fucking,
He also has better hair than I do.
I used to have better hair than. When
You
we
got
was
the
growing up,
exact
we
color.
almost got into fights because people didn't believe we were brothers.
Really?
Yeah, like it was
so
that.
You're gonna fight?
It was on, it was on site with some people. You know how stupid people are in the Bronx.
Yo,
Oh,
Y'all
you're
ain't
fighting
brothers.
others. I thought you was
Y'all
fighting
gonna
each
fight both
other.
of y'all ain't brothers.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't brothers. No way y'all brothers. I'm gonna fight both of y'all. Like, damn, bro, we brothers.
Yeah.
You need, like, you
Wait
need,
a
like,
minute, you're gonna fight me because you don't believe we're related? That's stupid. I'm
We're
gonna
gonna
go.
kick your ass,
I
bro.
mean,
Yo.
No. You
The
understand
Bronx.
the level of straight idioticness that we're getting at this
The
point?
Bronx.
Oh, yeah.
Who cares?
No, yeah,
Mhm.
it's the Bronx. So Kaz was right. Yo,
No,
I just got
completely
the
understand.
I just got
know,
the text.
I lived in the Bronx. I went to school in the Bronx. I know the
There you go.
dumb reasons you
Yeah,
fight in the Bronx.
You
They
look
give
at
the
me too
smallest
long.
thing.
yo,
You
not to
sneezed in
mention
my
the fact
direction.
that-
Hey,
not to
man,
mention the fact that
what's
all
wrong with
three
you waving your
of us
hand
are the
across from me?
friendliest people.
My man, you see how tight we are? There's no way I don't do that.
Yo, some
You wanna
dude
scrap?
some dude passed me on the bus and grazed my shoulder, and it pissed me off. It pissed me off.
yeah.
I had to hold myself back. Dude, I had visions of having a gun to his fucking jaw. Like, you really wanted to touch me now, motherfucker? How about now? Yeah, what's your motivation now? You want to save the
I
fucking
can
universe,
definitely see
or you
that.
want to go home? Yo, I
They
got the
don't-
text.
They don't take much in the Bronx, man. They
Word.
don't take much.
I got the text. I'm not gonna do the rest of it, but the blue-eyed Greek god of blank, 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 blank in a van. Okay,
Damn.
so that's his nickname.
Wow.
It's
That's
his
a-
blue
that's a long-
eyes.
that's
You
a
don't
long-
have even that much
You can
characters
write
to put
that?
on someone's
Yeah,
face.
you don't know so far.
If anybody does, it's Bleaks. Bleaks has enough characters to put that shit in the name. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would have been like, yo, listen, just blue eyes, bro. That's it. That's fine enough.
Word. He got a whole book.
At the end of the
Once
day,
upon a time. Damn.
at the end of the day, I'm glad this podcast went the way it did because me and Cap were agreeing too much at the beginning.
Word.
Something was weird. We need to let it out the way that we did. I still think Captain America cares about other people. I'm
and
always
the
gonna think that.
Siller,
But I also agree. I also agree where you guys are coming that there is a bigger motivation to it all, for sure. 100%.
Yeah.
Word.
I just want to say, apparently, my stance is Cap's not a fucking hero.
Yeah.
And ironically is, what is his nickname?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say. You arguing
It
about
is
Captain
crazy.
America with the
Hey.
guy that's named Captain America.
That's
What I'm
crazy.
telling
Guy.
No
I
way.
told you I'm not a hero.
Yo, but the next time we do this, Lay and Show, you're gonna have to let other people talk.
Yeah, for
We
real.
will try.
Bro,
Yeah.
nah. This
You
was
can't-
your brothers and
You can't
they
argue as
needed-
much
they
next
needed
time.
to talk. They needed to
Hey,
talk.
man,
You know
listen,
what it is?
I had
a long
when we started
monologue
talking
earlier.
It's
I
when we
did.
started talking about
Yeah.
Captain America. Like, it's funny because me and Cap are both very passionate about Captain America in totally different freaking ways. And I noticed that before this. I noticed that before this podcast when he said that First Avenger was trash. I was like, "Hey!" You know, I was like, whoa! You know what I'm saying?
Dude.
I cannot wait for What If Tomorrow, though. Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
you want to get into Shang-Chi?
A little bit. It's 12. You know, we could do. So, what did you guys think of Shang-Chi?
I liked
Well-
it.
So here's the thing. Watch the review we did. Subscribe to the channel.
Oh, you gotta watch.
I did.
You gotta watch Show's review on it.
Yeah. Oh yes.
That
Yeah.
I didn't see.
Yeah,
That I didn't
Cause
see.
yo, the black daughter that he brought out, bro, that it brought me to tears.
So
Oh my
we're
God.
gonna stop it with the black daughter.
Yeah.
Oh no, absolutely not. No, I actually loved it, man. It was.
I like Shang-Chi very much. I mean, look, it was the same kind of template that the MCU uses. You know, you show the big bad or like a flashback, and then you show the hero struggling. You show the hero's everyday life. You show what happens, the motivation, and then we get the climactic ending. But I thought it was done really well. I think the MCU needed this like Asian type of feel to
Absolutely
the superheroes.
correct. Yeah.
I think it was very important to see that. You know, California, San Francisco is always a great setting. We've seen it plenty times though. But I thought it was fun. Aquafina's funny as hell. I thought that the fighting was fantastic. Other than so a lot of people have like I was talking to Krills about it, and Krills was here for the review, I gather, right? For
Yes, yes, he was.
yeah. So Krills was he didn't like the dance, the art fighting that they did. So there was two different types of fighting.
He wasn't a fan of the Tai Chi chop fighting.
Which I get where he's coming from, but I do like the art of it. I like the setting of it. Maybe it was a little too slow paced for what you see later, because the bus scene to me is probably my favorite fighting scene in the whole movie. Second to the scaffolding. Fight was great. The bamboo scaffolding issue was fantastic, but I really enjoyed it. And bro, that fucking post-credit scene.
Yeah, man.
What is happening? What is going on? Why is Bruce Banner normal? Why is he not Professor Hulk anymore? So I actually heard that the real theory is that they had to switch him back because they can't have him and She-Hulk both be Hulks in the show because it's too expensive. And I'm like, too expensive for the MCU? But
yeah. You know, one fan theory was that you know how
look, they all scratch their head.
Yeah, you know how Thanos snapped and went into the soul realm and saw Gamora.
I heard that one too.
And yeah, and
he saw
Natasha?
the Hulk that comes, Worldbreaker Hulk, Mordor.
Oh,
He sees
the
him.
bad Hulk.
He sees him.
Maestro.
Yeah, and he prevents himself from turning into the Hulk because Professor Hulk leads into Maestro apparently, or some shit like that in the comics or something like that.
That's crazy.
Okay.
So that's a fan theory.
I can see that.
But you notice he's still in the cast as Bruce.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So it's clearly post-snap. Clearly, he did not heal. I think we're gonna have that injury moving forward. He don't get that. I don't think he get that arm back unless he turns into Hulk. Yeah.
So here's my theory. So two things. One, Professor Hulk
Don't you got the
is
mask,
never
Joe?
a permanent solution.
Yeah.
It wasn't meant to last.
It wasn't a means to an end, for sure.
In the comics, She-Hulk becomes that way because of a blood transfusion.
Yeah.
So I think they might actually try to do that
Mm-hmm.
in the show. And in order for that to work, he needs to come back.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. So man, are you guys excited about She-Hulk?
Actually, I'm looking forward. I'm actually even excited about Hawkeye now that I saw the trailer.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about it, by the way. Completely forgot about it. I saw the trailer. I was like, that's right.
Hawkeye looked good, but what did you think about Shang-Chi, Toe?
I liked it, bro. I honestly think that fight scene between him and his wife was beautiful.
It was fucking beautiful.
Yeah. It was something like I appreciated that. I was like seriously like watching like, yo, this is art right here.
That was Gomez and Morticia dancing.
Yeah.
That was the Addams family.
Yeah.
That was love. And then later on, I like how he did it with his aunt and his aunt. I love how she was like, yo, open your hands, bro. None of this. We don't need this. Open your hands. And then later on, when he's doing it against his dad is looking at him like, yo, where the fuck you learned this from, bro? Like, he's like, yo, I don't like, but keep going.
No, yeah. That's what I was getting at. It's like, I like the whole pacing, and it felt like it was a martial arts movie that Marvel interjected in. Yeah. And then, and it also felt like a good way to reset the new Marvel going forward.
Yeah.
It's like,
we don't do racism anymore over here.
Yeah. But it was also like, Thanos happened, but now other people get to live. Yeah. And other things are gonna happen. Yeah. Thanos wasn't the end all be all. Yeah. And there's more shit out there that we don't even know about. We got other realms.
Says it. Yeah. She's like, yo, we could just be fucking snapped away at any time now. I love that they said that. That's a good point.
And also it kind of makes it seem like Thanos isn't even as big as what could happen because we have other realms now. We officially agree, other universes with that other one that he went to with the dragon. We have Tai
Lo.
Tai Lo was
but what's the name of the creatures?
The Dark Soul Sucker.
No, the actual, like the people in Pacific Rim fought. The actual name in Kaijus. We have Kaijus now from other planets, like Fin Fang Foom and all that. The thing that the dragon fought. And then we have sorcery, which wasn't as big until Infinity War and Endgame, but we have those dimensions, and it leads to it's like, yo, we have a
big in Doctor Strange.
Yeah, we have a bag of tricks that y'all don't know about yet. The time variance, the different timelines.
The multiverse is a mess right now. The multiverse is a mess.
You have to thank one person.
Yep.
One person.
Fucking show.
But that was my major point about that.
I'm telling you right now, man.
MCU needed that Hong Kong cinema element. I really agree with that.
Yeah.
And I love the scene I loved is when the father went to find the people that killed the mother, and he just went batshit in that place. Yeah. And he did the whole, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that beacon thing, I was like, it could be so many people.
Oh yeah.
So many individuals they can call.
Galactus, let's go. Galactus, let's go. Bring in the surfer.
There's a theory. There's a theory about Galactus because they were saying that those rings might be made from Celestials, and they set off a beacon, and Galactus is supposed to destroy planets that the Celestials impregnate to make more Celestials. Yeah. And Galactus is the population control.
Were you watching Screen Crush with Ryan Airy?
I don't know what I was watching, but I was watching a bunch of
little dude with the blue shirt. Yeah. I think I saw the same one. That's my boy, man. Ryan Airy's the shit, bro. Shout out Ryan Airy. I should go peep him too. Cap, what did you think about the movie, son?
I'll keep it short and sweet. It is battling right now for either my favorite or my second favorite Marvel movie.
Interesting. Okay, of course. So over Winter Soldier?
Mm-hmm. Oh, so right now my first one is Civil War.
Oh, I love Civil War. I'll give you that, yeah.
So Shang-Chi is right there because watching Shang-Chi to me was like watching movies before Marvel was a thing.
It was like a Jackie Chan movie in the MCU. Yes.
Yeah, like I didn't feel like I was watching a Marvel movie.
And that's when Marvel is at its best, when you can strip away the MCU filter and it's still just a badass good movie. Yes, which is why I like Captain America Winter Soldier so much. Yeah, I really enjoy Shang-Chi. If there's any gripes that I have, I would say, maybe I could have wanted a little bit more Wong Like, what was Wong doing there? A lot of people theorizing that when he opened the portal for him and Abomination to go back, they were going back into what's that shit called? The Thunderbolt Ross prison?
The raft.
The raft.
No,
they were saying that he was going back there.
That's exactly where it was, because that was a containment cell.
You could see them. It looked like where they were at the end of Civil War, which is very important. And honestly, like, yo, I'm thinking of gripes. I don't have much. I understand where Krills was coming from with that fighting. It's a little jaunting going from that. Because, like, if you're going to do straight Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon stuff, maybe you do it all. So I get where he's coming from, but I still enjoyed it. I thought the setting of it was really nice. That whole village that she's like protecting, and they're like doing this beautiful freaking dance in the trees and all that shit. It was
really. Why I think it made sense.
It was really
the setting made sense for the fighting.
It was MCU.
All the other fighting was done in some like really either the place was really grimy or was really open, but nothing had those colors and that atmosphere, and it made perfect sense for the fight to happen. And the fact what they're wearing too, he's wearing white. She's wearing like some green pink thing going on.
Yeah.
So the colors match the martial arts they're doing. You know what I mean? If you look at every other fight, somebody's in black, somebody's in red, somebody's in a dark color. But when it's like, or somebody doesn't have a shirt, we don't know who that is. But when it's like that, the colors, the atmosphere and everything, for Tai Chi and doing it that way, it makes it flow and it makes it make sense. You know what I'm saying? You can appreciate the martial art.
What did you guys think of did you watch a show?
Yes, sir.
What did you think about it, man?
I liked the movie. I was annoyed by Trevor. I don't know if you felt the same way. I felt like they should have made his part shorter. He was dragging for no reason.
Trevor, that's the thing,
the
man.
Fake Mandarin.
It takes you back to Iron Man. I'm glad that they spoke about it. You actually went back to Iron Man 3. Cap, it's not as terrible as I remember it. In hindsight, though.
Dude,
at the time, it was weird. But
here's the thing. I love what they did. I love what they did with Trevor. I fully think that redeemed that character 100%.
I kind of think so too, man.
I'm down for a fucking Trevor Slattery fucking Disney series, bro.
Did you watch All Hail the King?
Yes.
On Disney Plus? That's actually pretty funny. What did you guys think about the last showdown with him and his dad? I love that fight scene when he uses the rings as a platform and steps on them and then flips by. I say, yo, what the fuck is happening? Yeah, I really enjoyed that movie, son. I went to watch it for the culture. My expectations were low. I was like, here's another origin movie. We need to rush it in there to make in time. But no, this felt great, man. It felt good.
Yeah.
It's funny. I felt you can see when he gets the rings, all of them, when they touch him, they become gold. And I was like, because that's who they belong to.
Yeah.
Well, and I feel like they were made for a new protector, and that's him.
But
a good person. It'll make him better. Like his father just made him more evil. He lived longer, but it made him worse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With Cheng, it just made him better. And he finally figured it. He feel it like everybody else, every other movie. Get out of your own head, son. Get out of your own head. You got this, bro. That's what I always said to him. Get out of your own head. What are you doing? You got this. And he finally did.
Yeah. The one problem I had with it was in the beginning, like, I didn't see that these rings were as powerful as they said they were. But then when he got them, you notice he was using them differently. And somebody made a point that the reason why it was different for him is because he actually had the heart of the dragon. When he went underwater and died and the dragon helped him and saved him, that was when he got the heart of the dragon that actually unlocked the real powers of the 10 rings.
That's when he started Kamehameha.
Yeah. So I was like, that's why I asked you, like, how powerful are these rings?
Yeah, they're not even rings. So in the comics, they're rings. They're literally rings. So they changed it. The theory is that they changed it so that it doesn't look that much like the Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
Which I get. But some people are theorizing that they're the same bands that
Yeah, the bands of thing. Like I forgot the name of it, but
the celestial bands.
Yeah. And those things choose a person. They choose a new protector of the realm, period, of that place.
They had a lot of things to change.
You're looking at like essentially Green Lantern ring. essentially. And another thing is the reason they made them rings like that, they're actual martial arts weapons. They have the metal rings.
Yeah,
You've
they're
seen
shing,
Kung Fu
shing,
Hustle, right?
shing, shing.
You guys
Yeah.
seen Kung Fu Hustle, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're like that when that guy has the rings.
I think that's the main reason because you can see the Kung Fu Hustle poster in his
Yeah,
in his room.
yep.
So you see the Godfather, you see the Warriors, and you see Kung Fu Hustle.
Kung Fu Hustle.
That
Yep.
has a lot to do with like you guys
Absolutely.
people aren't seeing it, but you have
Absolutely.
the Warriors, you know, him stuck behind enemy lines and you know going to all this multiversal war. I think that's what they're trying to say.
Mhm.
Kung Fu Hustle. I think that's what the rings are about
Mhm.
mostly. I think it's just homage to that, but whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, and then the Godfather clearly is his father. Clearly,
Yeah.
he is the king. He's the man.
I really had a good time with that movie.
No,
Man.
yeah.
I'm so upset because so I don't watch regular standard movies anymore because there's just too much people and you know the hood be out there and motherfuckers be throwing shit and want to fight motherfuckers and you know and I get mad and I remember being a stupid kid and going to the movie theaters and throwing popcorn and I remember doing that. So I'm gonna let y'all do that. But because I'm gonna go to IMAX because I know y'all not about to waste $21 to come in here and throw popcorn. Y'all gonna do that in a regular standard thing. Okay, you do what you gotta do. I'm not trying to be bougie. I just understand that like if someone throw popcorn on me, I'm gonna ruin the movie. Yeah,
Put a
you know?
Concord Plaza.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna ruin the movie and get kicked out, you know. So I go to IMAX. So I paid $21 for that IMAX ticket. I wish I could have paid $30 and just have it on Disney Plus.
Yeah, you would have definitely
Yeah,
got
would've
some
stayed
same
home.
cheaper popcorn than me. I would have been like, well, you about to get some of this movie
I
live.
kinda,
son.
I
Turn around and get some of this movie live, son.
I missed this being on Disney. I would have wished it was on Disney Plus.
You're gonna be mad because 45 days it will be on Disney Plus. Probably.
I know. I mean, well, I can't wait 45 days for an MCU movie. I'm sorry, I can't. The last time I did that was
Yeah,
with Winter
this-
Soldier.
we'll do
and I feel
this.
better.
And then we can't speak about it. We'll do this and we can't speak about certain things.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
no, you're right. It's coming for free, and then all of that Scarlet Witch, Black Widow shit is happening. Who knows? Like, I really wish so. Because if I'm gonna pay $21, I got a nice, decent TV over here in IMAX. But you know, I could have been here, you know, doing stuff that I can't necessarily do in movie theaters. You know, like. You know what I mean? You know, a little, you know, medication or whatnot. You know, and I get you could take your pens in there, your oils or whatnot. But I mean, for $21, I could have just paid $30 and have it. Like I've actually watched Black Widow another 2 times. I mean, the last time it was just background noise, but I have watched it. Like I wish I could just have them. You know?
It's funny. I watched it once and I was like, I'm good. Yo,
That's-
Taskmaster really got me upset
Taskmaster was bad.
because I love the character and I love
Yo.
what the character stands for. Oh my god.
So
wait-
explain.
Wait for the Hawkeye show when Echo comes in.
Oh yeah, I'm
Echo-
looking for that one. I can't wait to see that
Echo
one.
does the same shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's another one with photographic memory reflexes who can mimic exactly what you do. That's probably really gonna make it up and actually do it the real way there.
I so hope so. 'cause I'm a fan of
Go
it.
ahead,
One of those
Toe.
characters.
Well, I wanted Lay to elaborate more on why he didn't like Taskmaster.
Well, if you know anything about Taskmaster, first of all, it's not a woman.
Yeah,
He was a former SHIELD agent, right? Everybody doesn't know that former SHIELD agent, right? And then he took this serum that was supposed to be like the
watered down
serum, because you
version.
know that's the only serum they make in the Marvel universe. You can only make one serum, and it's a super soldier serum. But they wind up giving him the ability to mimic anybody, a photographic memory. But the problem is, every time he started doing that, he started losing one of his own memories. You know, so I'm a bigger fan of that story than when I saw this one. I was like, wow, well, fuck this movie. I liked everybody else, by the way. The little sister's amazing.
Sister's
Red Guardian's
amazing.
hilarious.
He's amazing.
You know, Black Widow's, you know who she is. She's
Yeah.
dope. You know what I'm saying? And the mom was cool, but it was between the sister and Red Guardian that I was loving. I was loving.
Yeah.
He's hilarious and she's money. I'm like, yes, I can see her moving forward being the new Black Widow. No problem with that. But they completely lost me at Taskmaster. Completely lost me. I was like, when I saw the helmet come off, I was like, huh.
Can I tell you that's why so a lot of people in Iron Man, like, and I'm sorry to come back to Iron Man 3, but a lot of people didn't like Iron Man 3 because of the fake Mandarin.
Yeah.
And in hindsight, the Mandarin is like, it's kind of like a big fu to the media, to like play on people's fear through the media. The reason when I went back and I was like, okay, man, Iron Man 3 isn't the worst thing, but I still don't like the red glowy people that blow up. I'm just never gonna like that. I am sick, and let me tell you, I am sick. I just don't like these villains that their motivation is that they hate Tony Stark. Even though Mysterio was kind of like that, but Mysterio also came with the mystery, the multiverse, all of this shit. This guy, Tony Stark, stood him up, and 12 years later, he wants to take over the world by blowing people up. Chill out, bro. Let it go. Let it go. Tony Stark is not that much of a dick. I mean, he is, but chill out. He left you.
You must hate all of Batman's villains.
Bro. That's different because they're motivated by Batman and some crazy shit that happened to them. Either we don't know what happened to this guy. We don't know anything that happened to this guy. You know what I'm saying?
He was stuck in the elevator for.
He just got stood up by Tony Stark. Like, bro, how many women stood you up in your life the way you look? Are you gonna go and do something back to them? I want more motivation for villains. I like that. I just like a little bit more. And I understand that Mysterio was kind of the same way, but like Tony Stark legit stole his tech in the MCU at least. Tony Stark stole his tech.
He named it some bullshit. That's what really pissed him off.
Renamed it
Barf. He was like,
I would be like, okay, guy, I need to come after you, but just this guy stood you up in the roof. Like, just go home, take the L.
Yeah.
You don't gotta kill people afterwards.
No, he could have still been a part of AIM and done all that and been successful anyway.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it with the hate, son. You were clearly smart enough.
Yeah,
just focus on yourself, bro.
You look like you were doing fine until you were hell bent on getting Tony. You getting Tony was your downfall.
Yep.
All right, Bleak, have a good night, bro.
All right, Bleak.
No, but yeah, I completely agree with you on that. I think all of Stark's villains in the independent movies were weak.
Even Whiplash had a he stole his father's tech. And even in a weird way, Ironmonger is like, bro, you about to torpedo the company. I can't let you do that. This guy literally got stood up by Tony Stark on the roof. Like, bro, go home. It's not that serious.
You wanted a bromance and you just got tight.
And then
he wanted a bromance. He said, "Nah, I'm good, bro."
Yeah. But I'm sorry, I derailed this.
No.
We had 12:30.
The funny thing is, the reason I don't like Iron Man 3 has nothing to do with the Mandarin.
It doesn't mean, yeah.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the villains. It's like, this shit is the Dark Knight Rises, but with Iron Man. I don't give a fuck about Tony Stark. I don't give a fuck about Bruce Wayne. Where's Batman and Iron Man?
You're right.
Other people, get in that fucking costume and go do some work. I'm here for that. I don't give a shit about Bruce Wayne. I don't give a shit about Tony Stark's problem. Fuck your PTSD. Get back in that game, son.
And that's one thing I didn't like, because it's like sometimes like they try to make Tony Stark look like this. Oh, all you got is a suit.
Yeah.
And then outside of the suit, he's billionaire, playboy, philanthropist. Cool. Yeah. But like, he puts all of these elaborate things together from shit he finds at Home Depot, which is Tony Stark. Believable. I understand him do that. But he pulls up and he's just like fucking early Pierce Brosnan, just and then Rhodey gives him a gun later and he could barely aim it. So that is a little weird. Iron Man 3 is still not great, but it is a lot better than I remember it to be. It's very funny. I think it's the funniest Iron Man. Like him and that little kid, like, kid, you freaking me out, bro. Giving him anxiety attacks.
Yeah.
I thought I gave it a rewatch. I think it's better than before, but it still has its problems. I'm still putting it low.
So that would lead into my next question. Which bad guys in the MC universe would you wanted to see stronger? Because in my head, Red Skull.
I already said Loki, bro. I want to see Loki. I mean, Cap says that I overestimate Loki, but I just maybe a little bit more trickery. Maybe just and I'm specifically speaking of Thor Ragnarok, where he's just like stabbing people with his horns during that last fight. Like come on. Like,
I get it. Show me the God side of you more.
Show me, yeah, man. You're the god,
by the way.
You're the god of mischief. Why are you just
show me the God part?
Why are you the god of mischief? Why are you the god of mischief and you fighting like Raphael from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Absolutely correct.
You got
and
two
he's a
sides.
badass himself. We can get into that next time, but
You
he's a
got two
badass guy.
sides. So I would have. I say Loki. I say Loki. I
I-
want to see a little more.
I wanted to see a more violent Ultron, but head on with the Avengers. Like not his drones, himself. Like Ultron himself
Throw
taking out Avengers. Like yo, we're gonna sacrifice one, and I wanted him to be the one to kill Quicksilver him himself, not
That'd
a
have been
drone.
something.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then that really, when you do it yourself, I understand. Clearly, Wanda still got pissed, but when that person does it themselves or the machine does it, you know what I'm saying? A little more violent Ultron, possibly. Kick him up a little bit. That would have been mine.
No, I hear you. I would have loved to seen Red Skull.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
one, bro. That's a good
Real
one.
good one.
Because
Yeah.
we don't see him until Infinity War, and he's not even doing anything there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
he's
and
just
you had
taking
an
care of the
act-
stone.
And you had an actor that could fight, so why wouldn't you throw him in a fight scene with Cap? You know?
It's funny because he didn't want to do one after that. He didn't want to return. So what can you do? You know what I'm saying?
At the time,
Mhm.
First Avenger was,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I could see that.
I see where he was coming from.
Yeah.
But now you think about it, you go forward, you're like, maybe I can still return. Because
Yeah.
remember, that's once the soul stone is taken, he's free apparently. You know, like he's set free. So where does he go? You know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
out there somewhere. What is
That's
he
true.
doing?
And doesn't he capture Captain America in another dimension? And that's how Captain America comes back to life? Am I bugging?
No, so he instead of killing him, he like captured him in the fucking Tesseract or some shit. And Cap had to like fight his memories to get back to reality.
Okay.
Oh, there goes gravity.
Yeah. So, which bad guy would you like to see more powerful, I guess?
It's crazy because he's the most powerful one, but I would have liked to seen him the way he was in the comics, and
You
that's
wanted to
Thor.
see
Thanos.
you wanted to see the Mad Titan.
Yeah, I wanted
wanted-
to see him ripping people apart in
Yeah.
half.
I hear you. I hear
Right.
you. What about you, Cap?
So I have a answer to this and an actual storyline thing.
Please.
So Ronan the Accuser.
Mm.
And what I would have wanted from Ronan is in that
Dance
alleyway, in that scene where he fought Drax outside in the street.
Yeah, what
I wanted that to be a little bit more like, okay, a little hint at Drax not being strong enough to fight him. Then at the end, they all trying to fist fight this dude, and they're losing. And Gamora's not enough. Rocket's not enough. Drax is not enough. Quill's not enough. And Peter Quills is looking around like, yo, we can't stop this dude. And he's not even using the Infinity Stone. We can't stop him. We need to come up with something else. And right as Ronan does his little thing like all bad guys do, he does a little speech.
yeah.
He's about to use the stone, and then Peter Quill starts, ooh, child.
Yeah.
And then that's a fucking, what are you doing? It's called a distraction. And that's how they get him. But only after they realize we have to come up with something out of the box because we can't stop him.
So you wanted to see them beat to this ridiculous idea, like, yo, we got nothing else to do. This guy's literally fucking us
Yeah.
up. I'm gonna try this. Yeah,
Yeah,
that, that would be dope.
And instead
Just
of
like a quick extra 5 minutes of him fucking them up.
because
Yeah.
it to me it came out of nowhere.
Yeah, he literally just came out of the spaceship. He does his little thing and then dance battle. They don't even really go at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if they would have led up to it and showed that, all right, it's a necessity to do something he's never seen before, and Peter Quills, even though he's an adult in this movie, he's still just a fucking kid that was taken as like he really didn't have an actual growing up phase.
Tags, did you get it?
So
Nah, I
it makes
fucking
sense
missed.
that he thinks. Go ahead, you got an ad or something?
I got a
Yeah.
fucking mosquito in it.
Yeah, I could tell.
So for him to think that a dance battle would work,
I hate bugs,
does
bro. I
make
fucking hate
sense,
'em.
but just how we got there could have been Could have been better.
A little bit more dramatic, like a quick 5-7 minutes of him just destroying them. Like he should have taken that hammer and just given Drax a nice little wallop with that, just bang, and like really like slow motion and like, yeah, that would have been cool. That would have been very cool.
Makes sense.
Nice.
Real quick,
And-
which hero would you want to see stronger?
Damn, you just took my fucking answer.
All right, go ahead. No, go ahead. Show.
Oh,
Ask the
your
question.
That's the
Ask
same
the,
thing.
ask the question. Ask it.
Nah,
Ask it.
y'all
Ask-
reading my
ask-
mind today.
Ask the
Everything.
question. Show.
Well,
In turn, which hero would y'all want to strong?
Yeah, that's a good question. Show. I wish
That's
I
a
would have thought
great
of that
question.
myself. Yeah.
no, yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
This one, I'm gonna need some time.
Drax. I wanted to see him stronger.
I mean, he is Drax the Destroyer, made to destroy Thanos, so that would have made sense. It
Yeah.
would have made a little bit of sense. When I was like, wait. When I went to the gardens, I was like, wait, Drax, why does it sound familiar? Then when I left after watching the whole movie, I was like, shit, Drax the Destroyer. He didn't have a cape though. It was weird. No purple cape, and he looked weird.
He has a cape in the comics.
Like, yeah, if you look up a picture of Drax the Destroyer, and I mean an old one, and you're gonna go, wow, that's not the one I know. You know what I'm saying? Damn, that's a good one.
Damn,
'Cause everybody's gonna say the
Oh,
Hulk.
shit,
and I don't
yeah.
wanna say that.
He kind
I
of looks
don't
like
see it.
Marvin the Manhunter.
Jack, there you go.
Marvin. Damn, because I would say Hulk, but I'm okay with what they did with Hulk. I'm really okay with it, but I understand he could have smashed a little more. I hear that. But damn, this is a great question, bro. Damn, yo, show, great question that you just asked.
Yeah,
there,
for
bro.
real.
I know it's Zoto.
I want to say Hulk, but let's throw a little curve in there. You know what? I mean, he was strong, but I wanted to see a little bit more of, maybe make him stronger, but just see more of it, the Vision. I mean, we see a couple things. He disappears into people. He does the ray. I would like to see Vision like rip someone in half too. Not a good person, but just some robots. Maybe
we'd be okay with one good person.
Yeah.
Yo, we have to get more cast members in here, bro.
The Vision is strong. Don't get me wrong.
They're
The Vision, I know that the Vision is strong. He can literally pick up Thor's hammer. I get it.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm not saying I want to be stronger. Maybe just see a little bit more of him. Because do we really get to see that much Vision?
No, we didn't. We actually did not.
Until WandaVision.
And that's when he's fighting himself for like 5 minutes.
Because we see him in Ultron, and he comes in and he sort of does this thing at the end with Ultron, and then we see him again in Civil War, and he's really not doing nothing until he basically almost kills Rhodey. And then in Infinity War, that man was taking L after L after L. Oh, they're broken. Y'all just let this man clock out. Let him go home, yo. He was getting shit beat. So we really didn't see him.
Murdered him.
We really didn't see him until Wanda. I really would have liked to see him clash with somebody.
Yeah.
Like you see the way Thor and Hulk clash. I would love to see maybe like even if Wanda and Vision go at it, like a real scrap, not just like when she throws him down in Ultron. Maybe something like that. I think that's what I'm gonna go with. Maybe not stronger, but just more of him. Cap, you got yours? This is tough.
Yes. So yeah, I have two different ones. One of them is not an MCU thing, because I didn't realize until far way through that it was only MCU we were talking about. But for the MCU, the Nova Corps.
Ah, okay.
They seem to be completely ineffectual and nothing. Just people in a fucking weird looking helmet.
Yeah. That's such a good point.
Yeah.
That's such a good point.
Yeah.
Show.
That's such a good point. They're just so whack in the movie as a whole.
Yeah,
Like
when I saw them in the scenes, I was
they're
like, wait,
basically-
these
they're
guys
just
can be able to
cops.
fly by themselves.
They're cops. They're cops.
Yeah.
They're
I'm
cops.
like,
They're
yo,
just cops.
What happened to them, like flying without the planes? I'm like, this is the Nova Corps.
See,
What did I miss?
The thing is, Nova, he's actually all of his power actually comes because he's the last one, and he collected all of their power within him.
Well, that's right.
But if you put that in the MCU, the first thing I'd be like, yo, where the fuck they get power from?
Exactly. They got planes and they're like Kev said, they're cops. It wasn't that effective, yeah.
They're basically cops.
Pretty much. I want to see a little more Ant-Man.
Yeah.
A little more Ant-Man, but I wanted to see like in a kind of like a Hank Pym kind of Ant-Man, because the intelligence with the suit.
You want to see
is
that
what
what
makes
if.
him.
You want to see that what if. You want to see that what
Yeah,
if.
I'm telling you, like that Hank Pym, that the brains with that suit is perfect, because there's a reason he was the Ant-Man. Came up with the project, he did it, and he's actually really good at fighting. As that guy in Ant-Man found out when he punched him in the face. He goes, "Hey man, you said her name, not me, dude." He said, "Hope, should watch your mouth, son."
For real.
I was talking like, "Don't look at me, son. You started it." But yeah, definitely Hank Pym, not Scott Lang. Hank Pym, that Ant-Man. I would love to see that.
Yeah, that would have been dope.
Especially when we went giant size.
That would have been tight.
I like that part.
That would have been dope.
Yep.
Especially with how we got to see Hope get bigger in What If.
Yep.
Like bitch, morph back though. Now we gotta deal with a big zombie.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, why didn't you
just morph back? You had time. You had time, Hope.
You did. You was mad selfish with that.
Yeah, you had time. You could have just.
She just wanted to go out in a blaze of glory. That's what she wanted to do.
We would have preferred a smaller zombie over this big mutant zombie now, but whatever.
And the fact that we got on a plane and you almost stopped us. Yeah. You say somebody, Toe?
I said Drax.
Oh, yeah, that's right, Drax.
Show didn't go.
But the purple Drax.
Yes.
I'll say this without knowing the comics. For the same reason you wanted Loki to be stronger, I would have wanted Thor to be as strong. Like at the end game Thor.
You wouldn't want him to be that the whole time.
Yeah, he was a god of thunder. He was Thor.
We really see that. Yeah, we didn't see that till late. You're right. So like to take it a little off topic, so we have they're making the game God of War Ragnarok. So they introduced Thor, which is a more accurate version of Thor. Thor was sloppy, he was big. Mm-hmm. His belly wasn't as big as they made it look in this new game. But a lot of people are like upset. They're like, "Oh, what the hell is that Thor?" And it's like, guys, MCU Thor is not the way Thor looked in Greek mythology, bro. We do get him later. We do get him later when he does get the belly in Endgame. But Thor wasn't this beautiful person in Greek mythology. He was actually very sloppy, very normal dad bod type of guy.
Was he drunk too?
Oh yeah, he drank a lot. So everyone's like an uproar because it's not Chris Hemsworth. I think even Chris Hemsworth was like, "Yo, chill, guys." Just funny little anecdote. We running late though.
Yeah, for real. I guess on that note, we could call it a night.
If you have anything else though, please.
I got a quick question. Cap, I'm curious. What was your non-MCU?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Non-MCU.
Iron Fist.
Oh, what a poor.
Oh yeah.
That still hits right here, because could have been so good.
Yo, appreciate that.
It could have been so good.
What pisses me off is the second season, the last 2 episodes, when Colleen Wing took over, and I was like, "Oh, she could do something." But then even Iron Fist himself, when he had the guns and his power was still coming through the bullets.
Yeah.
I was like, finally, they're giving me something that's good, and then they
cancel the show.
Of course they did. You saved the good shit for the last season at the end.
You said that hurt.
And you know what I was waiting for? I was waiting for Misty Knight and the Girl to have their own show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they have their own comic. It's kind of like Hero for Hires, but women. And I'm like, yo, they're both dope. It's funny, that girl is even in the new Matrix. That girl, she's in the new Matrix movie. Yeah, and I'm like, all right, they're gonna do it. All of a sudden, canceled. Of course.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you right now, the major problem with Iron Fist was the lead actor.
Mm-hmm.
That dude, yo, I watched the movie Leatherface. It's like a weird prequel to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre,
Yeah.
and he's in it, and he's the fucking worst actor in it. In a movie of shitty actors, he's the worst one.
Yeah. You know what's funny about that dude, right? You guys remember the scene in season 1 where he fights the drunken master?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That dude is the lead guy in the new Mortal Kombat movie. Lewis, I forget his name, Lewis something, right? That should have been your Iron Fist, because at one point Iron Fist does become Asian. It's like it's a manual. It gets passed down. People put their heart in the dragon, and then they become the immortal Iron Fist, which he tells us 50 million fucking times. It should have been that guy. You know why? Here's a crazy idea. He knows martial arts. He's been studying his whole life.
Yeah.
Apparently, this dude only wanted to study 15 minutes a day. Then Joe, like, man, who are you going to convince with that, my man? We're going to see right through you, son. You're going to suck. You're going to get stuck compared to the stuntman.
I need to watch
Then
that.
he fought that dude, and you saw how bad he looked at him. Like, yo,
I didn't watch it because everyone said it was so trash. That's why I really didn't
even
watch
bother
it.
watching it.
Because I watched the first season of Jessica Jones. I watched the first season of Daredevil, and I gave Luke Cage a shot. I gotta go back to Luke Cage and them and Punisher.
Yo, you'll enjoy the second season of Daredevil.
You don't have to go back to
Third season Daredevil is the best.
The one with the Punisher.
So every time I have this conversation with people, they're like, "Bro, fuck all those shows. Go back and finish Daredevil." That's what everyone tells me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Dude, with Kingpin and Bullseye, that's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
Is it Colin Farrell?
No, this dude is way better.
Of course,
Yeah,
Colin Farrell's terrible.
Bullseye that we should have gotten from the start.
Absolutely
Farrell's
correct.
Terrible.
Hey, yo, and
correct.
that's my Kingpin.
Yeah, yes, definitely my Kingpin. But the funny thing is, the second season of Daredevil is the great first season of The Punisher.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it makes
Literally
sense.
the great first season of The Punisher. And then after that, I'm like, you guys lost me. Go fuck yourselves. I know the stories they were doing. No, not enough killing, not enough murder. You guys were way off. Huh?
I couldn't even watch more than like 3 episodes in the second season of the
Oh,
Punisher.
yeah.
I tried, brother. I tried to finish it.
Yeah, so did I.
I'm gonna piss you guys all off and watch all of Iron Fist and never stop talking about it.
Yo, bro, you know what's crazy?
You're gonna be really upset with yourself that you wasted your time on that.
Me and Cap watched Iron Fist. The second episode, he walked away. The second episode, he walked away, and I finished it.
Yeah.
And the second season was way better than the first one, but he still was on some. This is bullshit.
Why didn't you walk away the first season?
Because Iron Fist was my guy.
It was clearly somebody figured something out.
No, Iron Fist was my guy. I was ready to die for it. I was like, please, please.
I completely understand.
I heard that like the stage was set though for this to be an amazing show. They just dropped the ball. That's what I heard.
Yo,
listen,
I'm telling you,
lead actor, bro. Lead actor, bro.
And-
Literally, that's honestly the biggest problem with it's him. He literally sets the worst tone ever.
But also
very tone deaf. It's very tone deaf.
Also, the origin of it kind of fucks up too, because like when he dies when he crashes in that plane crash, and he finds out his parents died, he went to that
Kung
place
Lao.
Kung Lao to get the Iron Fist to come back and kill this nigga. Like that was his whole motivation, to kill the dude that killed his father. And when he found out that his father had no more legs and lived tortureful and all that other shit, he said, I don't need to kill you. Life already did that for you. And that's when he went on and did his thing. There was none of that here. None of that motivation. My man came out a monk, fucking full of peace, and they had to beg him to fight people.
I think that's the main problem with a lot of superhero properties. When a superhero property gets it wrong, is lack of motivation, bro. And let me tell you, I would argue that motivation is important in both villains and the heroes. But bro, I think I think both need the right amount of motivation. Like both of them. Like Batman, yeah, they kill his parents, but like
Really? I never heard that one.
you guys didn't hear that? You guys
No.
never?
Nah.
I don't believe you.
Somebody told me a couple years back. I don't even know if it's true, but I think that is the number one issue. Like especially with the villains, man. You know, give me motivation is key. Before you write a superhero show, make sure you got a whole whiteboard of motivations
Mhm.
and start there.
God knows you got the resources. You got the comics. You'd be like, yeah, all right. What about
You got
this
the
one?
comics, you got the money,
I like that
motivation.
one. Like, look at Kingpin's one. I get it. I understand where he's coming from. He went bad shit years ago, but now he's like, yo, I'm trying to fix the city. I get it. Cool. I understand. You love New York City, bro.
In a
You love
bad
that
way,
shit too.
but still, you know, it's
Yeah, I get it. I'm with
like
it.
the mob was doing a lot of fucked up things.
Yep.
But I mean, yeah, they were extorting people, but you look like mob paying for protection money. Like I say all the time, I'm like, sure, they were extorting a lot of your money, but let me tell you, the neighborhoods, no one was robbing your store. They were the only ones robbing it. You know, they were the only ones doing it.
Ain't nobody running roughshod and you're like, my man.
No one else is robbing.
We do it.
If they didn't take that cut, everybody be robbing. Nah, I'm just being stupid.
Absolutely correct. Yep.
But I'm getting loopy now. It's 1 a.m. I'm getting loopy.
Yeah. And on that note, it's your
Great
friendly neighborhood
part.
Knucklehead signing out. Good shit, everybody.
Well,
Next time show, I'm gonna have to mute you.
Nah,
You keep
sometimes we
fucking
gotta
talk-
let them go, bro.
You keep
I
talking,
saw these
show.
two pit bulls going. I was like, nah, they got it.
Yeah.
No one can get a word in with you, show.
I'm telling you, man, shit was weird. Me and Cap started agreeing too much until we found it. And once we
Word.
found it, we ain't let it go for like an
There
hour.
was
We
that
gotta let them go.
conflict. The conflict finally came,
Yep.
and it was a good one.
That's
I'm telling
it.
you, it's
Mhm.
because of our passion for Captain America, bro. Because, bro, I ride for that cat. I argue Captain America everywhere I go, everywhere.
And his name is Cap, so I'm guessing he rides for him too.
So that's why it's like I also gotta listen to you because, like, man, this is also a fan.
There you go.
You know, it's a fan. But yeah, it's always a pleasure.
Yep.
Yep.
It's your
Yep.
friendly neighborhood Knucklehead signing out.
What you guys doing for the rest of the week in terms of podcasts? Just to let
Tomorrow we're
everybody know.
gonna review Rocky 4.
Hey, the best Rocky.
Yeah, and then
The
we're gonna
only Rocky.
on Thursday we're gonna do the Fallout to AEW Fallout. We're also gonna talk about Big E Langston winning the WWE Championship.
Nice.
I want to talk about how racist the WWE has been throughout the years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you know, and the state of wrestling right now, I think WWE's dying slowly. But
I think AEW signing who they did had like a turning point, and they beat them like apparently in a very important demographic, 18 to 34-year-olds,
yes,
males. Apparently, that's a big demographic for wrestling fans,
So
wrestling
should I,
companies.
so should I start watching that if I want to get back into wrestling?
AEW,
I would tell you AEW and SmackDown, honestly, because the thing with Raw is, you can have 8 shitty Raws in a row. They have one great Raw, and then the next one they go, we made a great effort that one Raw. We're done.
yeah.
We're
When,
right back to being
when does
shitty.
SmackDown air?
Fridays,
Right.
They even got the better
8
day.
to 10
At
on
what time?
Fox. 8 to 10
And
on
then,
Fox.
On Fox? Okay, so I could watch that with my son.
Yes.
Good. Because he doesn't, they don't really use, they got a weird cable system in their house, but when he's here, like I got cable so we could watch it on Fox.
Yeah.
And where can I find this AWE?
AEW is on
is
Wednesday?
TNT.
TNT.
Wednesdays and Fridays.
So that, okay, when I went to go watch Raw, what the stupid little tag team with that stupid little cheerleader, superhero looking girl, and then the tall
that's
rocker
Nikki
chick.
Ash. That's Nikki Ash
Yeah.
and Rhea Ripley.
So they kept screaming AEW at the tall girl. The dudes in front of
They
her.
want
AEW.
Rhea Ripley to go to AEW.
So she kept
When you hear
looking
that,
at
they're like,
them.
yo, AEW, you need to get out here and go
She
there.
kept looking at them, and she was like, she was kind of like, yo, you never know. Like,
Yeah.
yo, she was doing that live, and I was like, hey, fellas, can you? Because they all saw that I was there with my son, so they asked me a lot of, because everybody was into it, bro. I'm telling you, she was dope. So they were like, hey, man, so what are you doing? Who are you rooting for? I'm like, look, man, I'm from an old time generation with WWF. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for my kid, but I'm having a good time. So they kept explaining me and shit like that. And then when she came out, bro, every guy in there lost it with the tall rocker girl. Every guy, they were losing their wig. And I'm like, yo, who is she? Yo, this. And then they kept screaming AEW at her. And I was like, yo, what do you guys mean? It was you know, I was so lost, but it was fun, man.
You know what it is? Because she's young. She's like in her early 20s, and she's good. And there's not a lot of females that are that young that are good. Most of them are already seasoned. And
I had a man
and have that size and ability, because
even those ghost matches were dope. Like the matches that are not being aired, there was 2 girls, but even that shit was fun, bro. Like
it
was probably a dark match. Those are dark matches.
A dark match, that's what they call it. Yeah. So like the pyrotechnics are extremely loud in there, by the way. Every time them shits pop up, you know what I'm saying? But man, I had a blast. My baby moms hits me up like, yo, you know, my son AJ, like, yo, he had a really good time over there. We think about WrestleMania. I said, okay, WrestleMania tickets are like at least $350, $400, depends on when you buy them. And it's in Texas. I would love to go. We're looking into it, but
they have packages. They have packages.
Where that comes to the hotel and everything?
Yeah, it depends on what you get. You'll get the flight, the hotel, and WrestleMania. Some of them you'll get the flight, the hotel, WrestleMania, Hall of Fame, Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, and a dinner with like a few of the wrestlers. But those are like $1,800 a person.
That's not even that bad. My son would love that shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how they're doing it now, but back in the day, that's how they used to do it. Like, you'll get the chair and shit, you know, if you get the front row, but you know, they have packages with different stuff like that. They're like that's another thing.
We bought the tickets pretty far away, and we had really nice seats.
You was close. I saw the pictures.
Yeah,
up there. I was literally 1 row away from the little chairs they had on the bottom.
Yeah,
which I'm kind of glad I wasn't sitting there. It looked very uncomfortable to be there for 3 hours. Because I'll take my son to a baseball game, and by inning 6, he's ready to go. But for this shit, he was like, nah, we're not leaving.
If you're a fan of actual wrestling, like old school WWF wrestling, WCW wrestling, AEW is what to watch.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay, gotcha. All of the big
it happened to be on the old channel for WCW, TNT.
So that's what I told my son. I was like, yo, I gotta teach you the history of WCW, at least NWO. I gotta teach him that. So I'm getting into wrestling again through him. And bro, I'm ready to go. I'm like, like next time Raw or SmackDown might be in Madison Square Garden, I might think of taking that flight, bro.
Yo, Cobb,
what's up?
If you can't make it to WrestleMania, bro, make it to the Monday Night Raw before WrestleMania, or the one after.
The one after.
The one after is always the best.
Okay.
That WrestleMania, because you're just getting like all the stuff that happened after that just gets leaked over into that, like it spills over into that. So that one's usually really good.
I had a fucking blast, and I